rhomboid table, not round, or square, or triangle. We come to hang and chat like a gang on Fridays as we're able. We play well here in Camelot, we are chums and fun, but Camelot. We're nice at the rhomboid table, our host is formidable. He runs a strange, loves insane, but sure he's quite unstable. He's hobby mad in Camelot, but seems never to have done a lot. Quite incomprehensible. Blue wrench in hand, we have no plan but to sit and hear Dodge babble. It's a lazy time in Camelot.
I have to shake my bum a lot.
This channel is a not-so-proud member of YouTube's all-encompassing special society of heavily overwhelmed layout enthusiasts. Check any railway show, check any railway club, check any layout, check your own house. You'll find one of us somewhere. Warning, the content of this stream is not suitable for children under the age of 16. The topic, language, themes, attitude, and personality of the presenter is not appropriate for anyone, much less children under the age of 16. Topics discussed will not center on trains and will focus on anything except politics. It just happens trains are running. Any similarity between characters, situations, trains, and intelligent thoughts is strictly a coincidence. Any rebroadcast or transmission of the stream without the express written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Viewer discretion is advised. Remember the 3 rules for model train layouts and pretty much anything. It's your layout, do what you want as you want. Do not tell someone else what to do unless they ask you directly what they should do. Do not call out, mock, criticize, or insult another channel on your channel or anyone else's channel. Thank you for your cooperation.
And see it, you'll love it, and it's all done in the best possible way.
Hey everybody, happy Friday. Welcome into the great meeting hall of the Knights of the Rhomboid Table. Hopefully the fire's warm enough for you. I see Sir Mick is here, so the bar is open. Help yourself to water, ale, and all other forms of libations that may entertain you. It is great to have you all here on this Friday. Man, these Fridays go by fast. This week has been a fast week, and for the most part, pretty good. I saw Sir Mark and Lady Lisa are out in the garden, but listening in, which is awesome. I appreciate that. Being in the garden is a nice place to be. Today is here. We had a massive downpour, cloudy, cool morning while I was out on my bike, and then it just heavy rain about 2-3 hours ago, and now it's bright blue skies, sunny and warm, other than because of all the rain, and now the sun, humid. So it's nice down here in the Great Hall. So let's see who is all here. Sir Andy of 81E is here. Sir Lee of Anfield Road, Layout in the Loft, who just recently resubscribed to my channel, apparently. I don't know. I've accidentally done that where I went to click something and accidentally clicked unsubscribe, and that's not what I meant to do.
you try to hit the thumbs up and unsubscribe instead. But welcome back in either case. We've got Canadian Locomotive Logistics, cool channel. If you want to run trains remotely, go check his channel out. He can post the link to specifically the page where you can do it. We've got Sir Brian from Clintonville Model Railroad. Thank you for those maps that you shared with me showing all the rail routes that went into Chicago to show that it's not totally crazy to have 11 lines running next to each other. We have got CMD Model Rails is here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We've got Sir Colin of Weiss is here. Well, we are honored by the presence of Sir Chris from Go Via or Go Home. Sir Greg of Great Northern, welcome in. Sir Andy the Hot Dog Pilot, hopefully he is back from wherever he had to go to. Let me see, where did I leave off? Sir Leslie of Gilpin, another fine video today. Sir Lyndon of Lintree Town Trains and Models, welcome, welcome. And as already mentioned, the amazing one and only Sir Mick 92 is here and has the Royal Bar open. We've got Sir Dino of Model Railway Shed, and as mentioned, Sir Mark and Lady Lisa from Moneybrook Junction. We've got Sir Simon from SJ Train World, who had one of the coolest moments that any model train person could have because it crosses many genres. I apologize if I gave away a secret. Maybe we're going to do a video about it yesterday. But Sir Simon shared with me a picture a couple of days ago, and then I saw him in the live stream, and I just expected to say, hey, everybody, guess what happened to me? Simon met Rod Stewart at a train shop in Copenhagen. I assume Rod is on a tour and happened to be in Copenhagen and needed some model train stuff. So, and it's Simon's local shop. Simon and his buddy were in there, and wow, I mean, that to me, that would just be ultimate cool. I'm not a huge Rod Stewart fan, but it still would be cool to meet somebody of that stature. So that was awesome. That was just truly awesome to hear and see that. We've got Sir Dirk from Southern Cross Rail System. Sir Steve Childers is here. Welcome in. We've got Sir Tom of Couple, Sir Tom of Houston, Sir Chris of the Valleys, and Sir Eric from Bondon Eisenbahn. I saw Sir Ifo was here earlier. If I'm double checking my list, no new names are on it from those I've called out. If you are lurking in the background, thank you for choosing my live stream to lurk in. If you are going to be watching on replay later, thank you for doing that. I am amazed at how many people watch this live stream on makeup. We almost doubled the views from what it ends with to what it finishes with in many cases. Minimum a 50% increase. So if like I had 200 views, we'll finish with 300. If I had 300 viewers, we'll finish with 400 to 500. So it's amazing that many people would actually watch this live stream. And I know a lot of that is just people who click and, oh, not what I wanted to see. But still, you get those clicks anyhow. And I saw Lady K Guns. Lady Kara is here. Welcome in. And if he might still be at school, but if young Sir Willie is there, hello, Sir Willie. You get to be a knight as well. So, yeah. So, obviously, I posted 2 videos this week about progress with the grass. Or maybe not, obviously, because they really didn't get a lot of views. The important people watched them. And thank you for all the positive support on... You know, it's funny how many people nagged me for 5 years. When are you going to start putting some scenery on there? And now that I'm doing all this work on my layout, from changing the slips to, changing the turnouts to slips and, hey, Sir Andy of March West Junction, how are you? To double slips and reworking the track work to get it smoother. And now ballasting the Bremen station and doing the new... platforms in there, and I still got to get all new tops and that, but that's money, 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 and I can't spend a lot more on that now. I'm going to Germany 4 weeks from yesterday. Joyce and I will arrive in Germany 4 weeks from this past Wednesday. We will take off for Germany, but we will be in Germany. Yes, we're going to Miniature Wonderland for our 7th time. It never gets old. Even Joyce, who always needs new and different, new and different, new and different. She loves going to Miniature Wonderland. But yeah, so I've really expanded from what you guys saw last week Friday to what you'll see today. The grass area has perhaps doubled, maybe more than doubled. So hopefully it will come as a pleasant surprise to you all. Who else is just popping in? Lady Mara King is here. Welcome in, welcome in. Now, the other big thing is that at the end of the Monday video, I said that, I've made the decision. The river's definitely out. And then Joyce came in and said, well, at one time you were talking about doing this. Why can't you do that? And it's sort of like, but depth and deep and, she said, oh, you could still have a river there. It just might not be accurate to the Vaser. You could still put, oh, all right. Okay. And the river's back in. And not only is it back in, we're already drawing up plans. What I am going to do is I'm going to build the river off layout. And then once I have it sized, I'll measure how much width I can pull out and fit into the space where it's going to go. Once I have that, I will then remove the track, a small section of track, cut it out, and put this in. I'm going to build it on a very thin plastic sheet, which I will then cut out the foam that's here. I will have embankments on, I will build the river embankments on the part I'm going to insert. I will cut a narrow bit, and then I will just fill it with caulk or filler or whatever else, the gap, in case there is a gap, and then I'll just regrass over it, and bada bing, Bob's your uncle, as they say in the UK. So I am looking forward to that very much. I've gone from I'm not to wanting to do it, couldn't do it, to, oh, now it's back in play, to, nah, I just can't do it. And now not only is it back in play, it looks like it's going to happen. Still got to decide on what to do with lane 6 and whether that should become parking lane 6 or stay running lane 6. But otherwise, things are good. But I did want to share with you, let me show you the bridge I'm actually talking about. Now, obviously, I have 6 lines behind me. I don't know, I really don't have a camera that clearly shows off what I'm talking about. Maybe I'll just use this one. So here's where we're talking about. The river would go, can I make this stay up here? Will you stay here and be a good camera? Good camera, good camera. Can I bend you down there? Yes, that'll work. So technically the river will come through right about here. Let me get my pointy sharp object, or not so sharp object. Let me read the chat. Has anybody else come in? Tim, our CEO, Sir Tim is here. So the river would be right where you see, I don't know how well you can see, there's actually a joint here where one foam board lined up with the other. So right down here, and then the incline starts about right here. So I can fit the river in this gap. And what we're going to do is we're going to run it a little diagonal this way. We're going to run it diagonal right through here. So all this area. We're going to run it kind of a zigzag diagonal here. I still have to deal with the curves here, here, and here, but I just said to hell with it. And so we will have the actual Vaser bridge here, and then this will just be fake bridging, you know, non-prototypical, what have you, what have you. Stand up straight, tree. You're on duty. Whoops, I'm sorry, I just knocked the camera down, didn't I? So you didn't even see what I was talking about. So, yeah, sorry about that, kids. So, yeah, river here, coming through, right through here. And I've stopped worrying about the curves here. If I have to have a bridge on a curve, I'll put a bridge on a curve. But the main bridge will be over, come on, I'm trying to hold this and right there. And I'm knocking trees over as I go. Okay, but so we are going to build it. Sorry for the vomit cam. Sorry about that, my friends. So, yeah, that is the river not only is back in the game, we're already doing plans and some preliminary drawings. The biggest thing is, really I'd need about 3 times the depth to pull off the river. So let me show you the actual bridge. Let's see, where are we at? Is it previews? Yes. Okay. So here are some maps. Above me is the satellite image of the bridge. Although that image is tilted. The bridge actually runs a very true west to east, east to west. So the picture above me is actually tilted. You need to kind of tilt it back the other way. The other 2 pictures, like the one up in the other corner. So that's the bridge. There is 1 rail line bridge with 2 lines on it. There is 1 railway bridge, 2 lines on it that go into Bremen from the west. And then as they get into Bremen, there's 2 sections. There is the main train station, and then after you go beyond the main train station, there is a huge yard and parking area for freight trains and everything else. I think Bremen has 11 lines going through the station. It is not a terminal. It is a run-through station. Hey, Sir Randall Ellison is here. There's EFO. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to have 2 bridges. I'm going to have 2 bridges, and the one will be straight, and it'll encapsulate those 3 lanes. I've toyed with the idea to make it look something more what you might see in the world, because I've never seen a bridge that had 3 train lines running over it. But I have seen, even in Toledo, we had a bridge that ran 2 rail lines over it, and then a 3rd one separate with its own bridge, which is now torn down. And I see Sir Chris. I said hi to Sir Chris. Sir Tim. I said hi to Sir Tim. Loads of cargo trains, Hamburg to Bremen. Exactly. Hey, Sir Floyd Robinson, Sir Clive of Newland Railway is here. So that's the satellite image. Then the next picture, I got to see which one do I have overlaid. Good, this one will go. So here you can see how it sits. There's a little thin island. I will build that. That is actually kind of a man-made island in the middle of the river, which has the pilings built onto it for center support. It has 3. 1 on each bank and then 1 in the middle. So I will design it like that. The biggest thing is the bridge I planned on using, because this is how bad memory is. It's actually been about 10 years since I've been to Bremen. And so a few years ago, when I was first going to build the Bremen Bridge, I bought this from a UK company, and you can see it's an arch. That it's arched here. It was an arch bridge, because in my brain, it's an arched bridge. It isn't. As the next picture I will show you will demonstrate. So I have to find a way to 3D print or find a couple of model bridges, like maybe there's a Walters Bridge. That's it. It's not a pretty bridge, is it? It's a rather typical, boring, very straight girder. I could, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I might have felt I could scratch build that myself. But at this day and age, I don't trust myself, so I'd rather find a 3D print or a model kit that does it. If I have to put 3 model kits together, I will do that. But that is the bridge I'm going to build over the Weser River. I've actually got pylons already. The thing is, it's not going to be, I can't get the scale accurate height. So I'm going to have to do some tricks to make this bridge look higher compared to the river than it is. It's actually not that high over the river, but it's higher than it will appear on my layout. Yeah, Märklin 7262 is what I was looking at. I just got to see if I can find one cheap. Amsterdam has a bridge that is 10 tracks wide. Well, that's even cooler to hear. Yeah, I know Märklin makes bridges. Guys, I know lots of companies make bridges. The thing is with Märklin, they tend to make it so that a C track snaps into it. I need one bridge that will span the 3 lines both ways. But yeah, so the river is happening. And yeah, if I have to combine like buy models. I can cut and oh, what's the phrase I'm looking for? I can kit bash. That's the phrase I'm looking for. I can kit bash. So I'm not worried about that challenge. But if I can find a 3D print one, that would just make it that much easier. And anything that will make this easier will spur me on to getting it done faster. Easier for me means I'm happier to work on it. If something becomes involved and intricate, then I struggle working on it, because I just, even this grass, the only reason I'm this far with the grass is I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. As soon as I get it done, I'm like, oh, wow, look, I've got this much more that actually has scenery on it instead of brown paint or pink foam showing. And I get very excited about that. I'm a kid like that. I make no apologies. I think one of the worst things we do when we grow up is we lose the joy that children have over the simple things. So I enjoy things like a kid. I am a kid at heart. I'm a kid in soul. I'm a kid in everywhere except up here. So I have been enjoying that. So all of a sudden, the idea that I can do the bridge, and yeah, I can use some wargaming tricks I haven't used in a long time. But like, you know, for example, yeah, I had somebody being a little crass and saying, all you've done is replace a big brown field with a big green field. This is step one. Okay, do we understand this is step one? I have to take this as far as I want it to go. Then I'll go back and do additional things. Static grass in some areas. I will take brown wash. See, people don't understand. If you take brown wash onto the scatter, whether it's earth scatter or green scatter, it actually creates a great pseudo muddy, trampled earth effect. If you put green scatter, and then you take up, you just take brown paint and thin it up heavily, but enough that it will leave a tint, and you just paint that on a thin area of this green scatter or brown scatter, earth scatter. It's amazing. And people have asked me, why are you, you already painted the surface brown. Why are you adding the brown fine ballast and turf scatter on top of that? Because it creates terrain. It creates terrain. This is something I did in wargaming. If you have a flat board and then you put scattergrass on that, the scattergrass is flat. But you put in the ballast, you put it in unevenly. I do use a spoon when I'm putting it near tracks, because the spoon's got that little bevel to it, so it creates a bit of a bowl as you're rubbing it along the track, and it moves the excess stuff further down and fills. But you do get a little bit of unevenness like ground is. And then you put the green scattergrass, and I'm not applying the green scattergrass finely. I am shaking it around, so some areas get extra heavy, so you get what looks like a clump. Other areas it's very fine to non-existent. You got brown showing. And so even with a simple 2-layer method, you get a very, what I consider a very realistic terrain effect, even before you've done static grass or anything else. That's me. People are free to disagree. I am by no means a master modeler. I've just had to make quick and easy wargaming dioramas and tabletop stuff that I could build and take apart, and so I come from that background. Hey, Sir Jake, welcome in. Oh, I'm going to have to copy and paste that. I have to copy and paste that. EFO 23. Well, I'll take a picture of it. Excuse me, I'm going to take a picture. Somewhere in here. Little thing called a camera. Cool. Okay. So thank you for that information. I'll look at those and see which one suits me best. But yeah, I can even splice them together, cut, because a lot of them have those angled ends. I can cut those down at a girder and then splice them and glue in the pieces. I can kit bash. At least I used to be able to kit bash with the best of them. Yeah. So anyhow, let's go to trains, get trains run, then we can babble about whatever else I will babble about. What am I running today? I am still running a lot of Era 6 because I have really been back in the Era 6 mode and running some trains I haven't run in a while. I've also been repairing some traction tires. I had 3 different Piko locomotives throw traction tires, all their traction tires, within 6 weeks of each other. And what's curiously is I bought them all within about 6 weeks of each other a couple of years ago, within a couple of months of each other. And so it's weird that they're about the same age in my collection, and they're all blowing their traction tires. That 181 I ran last week, pulling the freight train, that thing is one of my best pullers, and it was dying at the top. And then when the live stream was over, I looked at the top of the hill, and I looked over here, 2 traction tires on lane 3, which is the lane it was running on, you know, just off the side of lane 3. So, wow. And then my Czech Railjet threw its Taurus through its ones about a month ago, and I just had to order some tires and make sure I found the right ones because I couldn't find anything that said what size Märklin traction tires. I have all kinds of Märklin traction tires, but you know, it may be that they don't want you to use the Märklin traction tires on their tires. And yes, their Jägendorfer collection and Piko use a strange type of traction tire, which I don't like the design of, and I can't even begin to tell you the idiocy of design by Piko to just change a traction tire. That is something that needs to be easy. It's like modern cars make it almost impossible for a human to change oil themselves. They stick the oil filter in such weird places they have to take off 30 things. And there's no reason you can't just simply remove the bogie cover, you know, the little plastic bit, remove that easily, put the traction tire on and put it back on. But oh no, you got to clip this off here, but to clip this off here, you have to drop the bogie, which causes the drive shaft arm to fall out and blah, 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 so that you can unclip it here. And oh my God, it was ridiculous. What I thought would be a half-hour job was a 2.5-hour job to change 6 traction tires, 3 locomotives. Anyhow, enough of that griping. Anyhow, so in lane 1, making a very rare appearance on the main loops is an Alex train being pulled by the Roco because I had to change the traction tires on the Piko one that actually matches the cars better. But we have an Alex train running on line 1 today. So now I don't know if you guys are really seeing, because this is the view where you're really seeing it's all grass. Now, yeah, it's only grass right now, or it's not even grass, it's scatter. It's green scatter. But to me, I look at that and I'm happy because it's no longer brown and pink. It is green, and green is closer to nature. Well, nature's brown too, I know, but we usually grow green over the brown. All right. In lane 2, we're running an Austrian IC. I really want to, I might even midway through the stream take this locomotive off and put on a the Nightjet, because I really do want to run the Nightjet locomotive. I just want to get the Nightjet cars, but that's going to be a while. Anyhow, I missed a couple of comments, or copy that link. Hoiter, okay, got that, which has multiple pages. Era 6 is anything after 2000, 2005. Era 6 is right now the most modern era, although I have heard from some European people, maybe EFO can back me up on this, is that they're starting to, they're thinking of starting to referring to things coming out, you know, new trains that are hitting the corporations the last couple of years, like let's say 2020 and later, or 2023 and later, and call that Era 7. That we're technically at the start of Era 7 now. But Era 6 is, even the American companies use the same nomenclature as like Märklin. I mean, every company shades it, but basically there are 6 eras, which I'll explain more in a minute. Okay, so now I am running a German IC, and the 218 AW Cottbus special has not been on my layout in a little while, so we got it going. So we shall put that in motion. And then, maybe I was crazy, but I did decide with all the greenery, was it stupid? Was it weird? I'm running green trains. I'm celebrating green. My 2 green trains. The only thing I didn't do was get my green Bavarian cars out. Maybe I should have done that too. Might have been crazy to have all green trains on an all green layout right now, but the brain was really thinking that. Okay, so now, whoops. So next is a Class 186 pulling some freight. It's some mixed freight. We got some tarpaulin cars, some flatbeds, and some tankers. He looks like he's going okay. Hey, Stormy Sky Production Steve, welcome in. If I have, well, if you count my ocean blue and green, I could have put 6 green trains up, or 6 trains that have green in them. Speaking of which, Flixtrain. Whoa, fast start. A lot of people just got whiplash on that train, but they're plastic people, so they don't move. And then way in the back, I'm running this little Deutsche Bahn shunter. It's a Class E64 diesel shunter. And I just threw a bunch of mini tankers on them. But help me, if you can, keep an eye, because those last 2 have uncoupled a couple of times. The 2 blue ones have uncoupled from the rest of the rake. But hopefully they'll stay together. And then on the floor, I totally agree with that, Efo. That's what some of the guys I was talking to were saying, is that with these new trains, but also with the Talgoods coming into Deutsche Bahn, the rise of the new generation of the Desiros and the Varios plus other trains, that this really is seeing a change, as like the German 101s are all going out, and the ICE1s and ICE2s, they're already planning ICE5. The dual modes are becoming popular in locomotives, so that a lot of guys are just telling me they think we are really, within a few years, they'll start referring to Era 7. But Era 1 is pre-World War I, up to the end of World War I. And of course, there's always transition. It isn't like one era stops here. There's always a transitional phase. Era 2 is between World War I and World War II through to the end of World War II. Era 3 is the end of World War II into the late 60s, early 70s. Era 4 is the 70s to the mid 80s. Era 5 is mid 80s to about 2000, early 2000s. And then Era 6 is early 2000s to now. And of course, there is transitional. And in the German nomenclature for the eras, there are sort of specific things they refer to, that, like the numbering system, the numbering and lettering system on cars. They went to, I forget the system, Ifo and Raymond and Jean Ricard. Everybody knows that term quicker than me, rather than me trying to Google it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Steve. Yeah, I'm just, and you still add to them. That's cool. That is cool, Brian. Yeah, those were very helpful. Yeah, the 101 and the 120s, Raymond, but yet they're still out there. Yeah, thank you, Efo. So like Era 5 and 6, but like Era 3 to Era 4 was something about, was it bringing in the UIC code or whatever, you know, in the late 60s, so that's the transition there. The hardest transition for me is 4 to 5. That's the hardest transition for me, is 4 to 5. The other ones I get, the technological advancements from World War II. And I was just talking about the floor, and I forgot to go to the floor. My apologies. Let's get the floor cam going. On the floor, I am running a couple of Javelins. I forget if they're 390s or 395s. But I'm running the, well, let's start the inside guy first. I'm running the London Olympic guy, and he ran in well. Last time he ran, the middle car kept derailing. And then I'm running the Beatles Yellow Submarine. This has had a history of the one cars keep uncoupling, but yeah, you can see where that one coupler is up really high on the back. I don't know if you saw that or not. Era 4.5 is just to cover the German reunification, but that doesn't necessarily apply to other. I thought there was something coming on there. So look at the rail cam after the show. All right, well, I will pop it up real quick and try to remember it. I got a lot of things I'm going to look at after the show, and Joyce wants to go out to dinner tonight. Actually, I want to go to a movie.
I'm actually always on eBay looking at car parts.
Sorry about that. You're getting a commercial. Hopefully that doesn't... Ah, very cool. That's a pretty place. That's one of those old-fashioned white rail crossings. Okay, so I want to just start off with the multicam, if you all don't mind. Just trains everywhere. And the D-bag. I don't know. The DB, I know it. You're saying DBAG, but in American English parlance, Evo, and maybe you know this, D-bag is short for douchebag. We'll refer to somebody as a D-bag if we don't want to say the whole term, and it's a derogatory term. Unfortunately, that some people say, then totally appropriate that Deutsche Bahn AG uses that. But, yeah. Yeah, DBAG. Lots of steam running on it. And I will try to filter in some steam as we go along. But again, right now I am in my more modern mode, other than the lane 6, which I always save as unique. I did run a couple of steamers last week. Speaking of which, I told you about the hell of switching out the traction tires on these 3 Piko locomotives I had to switch. The 223 Herc in the lighter green motif, as opposed to the darker one that's running today from Roco. And then 2 Taurus, the Czech Taurus, oh, I'm sorry, the 181 and then the Czech Taurus, so only 1 Taurus. So a 181, a 223, and a Taurus. But anyhow, on the flip side, I was going through all these KLVM locomotives, these little steam locomotives, and just to see how many of them could be converted to digital. And all but the last one can be converted, and the last one is digital. It took a little while to figure out what its address was, because my Central Station 3, nor my mobile station on my other track could find it. But I finally Googled, Jean Ricard and I were looking, we finally found the correct loco I had, and found that it was part of a starter set. And when we typed in the starter set information in the data search in my control systems, it loaded it up and it immediately worked. So now I've got 2 of those KLVMs. I am going to run a stream someday. Maybe it'll be next year's Steamer Palooza, but I'm going to run a stream where I run all KLVM locomotives. And if you don't know what KLVM is, I'll be right back. The host has abandoned the show. All right, so pardon me for going to the solo cam, just makes it easier to see this. So these are KLVMs. KLVM. Kleine Lokomotive von Märklin. Okay, little locomotives from Märklin. These are a non-prototypical they're sort of based on a steamer, and again, Raymond and Jean and that might know the exact steamer they're based on, but they're not that steamer. These are a fictional steamer design. They look a little like British panniers. But these were just done as quick, cheap, simple, often used in starter sets, inexpensive, ones you can give to kids, or just little steam shunters. And they're quite popular from my understanding. But anyhow, when I bought Herb's collection, I got 7 of these. One I converted to digital right away, and the other 6, there were some rumors a couple of them might be tricky, but no, 5 of them have the Alstrom motors and a relay motor. So easy to pop that out and pop in the precise decoder. And then this one that I'm holding in my hand and I'm trying to drop and throw at you, this one is already digital, and it came in a starter set, 29154. And when I pop those numbers into my central station and on my, see, I have 3 track over here. This is my programming track, which is connected to my central station. And then these 2 I call my testing and working track, and they're connected to this mobile station, which is not connected to my central station. And I always work on things here first before I go onto the central station. So if I screw something up, it doesn't mess up the central station or anything on the central station. So anyhow, yeah, just very sharp, very cool. So we got this guy working on top of the one I had working last week. So yeah, very, 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 very happy to have that going. So let's get my face off and let's go to some cameras. 11 lane. Yeah, well, that's just it, EFO, kind of. It's kind of. You found your old DB shirt. Yeah, I'm actually wearing Mark from Donegal Dad's shirt that he gave me at Getz last year. So shout out to Mark at Donegal Dad. One of the greatest, coolest, nicest guys on YouTube. Forget just in the train community, just on YouTube. He is just one of the nicest guys, period. I was going to wear my Mohamed Salah jersey and celebrate Liverpool winning the Premier League, number 20, tying Sir Ferguson's squad's records now, back to where they belong in first place. So to all my Liverpool fans, Mick, I see you, and everybody else, cheers. You never walk alone. Up the Reds and all that. So yeah, so there's just all kinds of these little KLVMs and all kinds of shapes, and I shouldn't say shapes and sizes, just all kinds of colors and liveries. Based off, again, based off, based on. It's still a fictional design based on a real one. Like I said, to me, the closest thing I've ever seen on anyone's channel or in the rail world is they look like British panniers. Obviously with the exaggerated smokestack a bit. Hey, Lee! That's right, Jackie was celebrating. Hopefully she's feeling better. That's right, yeah. My man, Mo Salah. I am so proud. Not my second favorite Liverpool player ever. My first one gets me into trouble with Liverpool fans, but they need to forgive. My favorite all time. I know Ian Rush. I know Bob Paisley. St. John, Little John, all these dudes. But Michael Owen was, when I was a young guy in the late 80s, and he came up as a 16-year-old and just was lightning. He was so amazing as a young guy. What he could do 16 to 20, I hadn't seen anybody until Wayne Rooney came up as a 16-year-old and then wound up scoring the youngest goal. That's because Austrian and Czech steam as rare as hen's teeth. Gotcha. But still. No, I have not seen the ESU BR80 release video. Good morning, Artie, and hello! Wie geht's, wie steht's, Dominik Z. I should say, I'm trying to say Z. Dominik Z aus Deutschland. Anyhow, speaking of Artie is here now in the chat, and he will be back on Wacky Weekend. Do I have quick access to... No, I don't have quick access. Artie, post a link to your channel or to your live stream. Wacky Weekend will not be on my channel tomorrow. After 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months, however long it's been. Wacky Weekend is back where it belongs on its home channel. Artie from Aus America is back. Artie is currently on his half-release program, so they are allowing him to join our live stream by special permission tonight. He is under heavy guard and observation because of his, you know what I'm talking about. Coke adds life and everybody wants a little life. It's so nice. Boy, what a different view. Now, the other funny thing is, other than I got a couple of my woodcutters that have fallen down, a lot of people are like, oh, and you added some trees, really nice. No, those trees were there. It's just amazing how much more they stand out on the green than they did on the brown. Hey, you, get up. No laying down on the job. No laying down on the job. Boy, give you guys an inch, you take a mile. You're only an inch tall to begin with. Even the foreman, dude. All right. That's the problem. I put them all on the other side of the trees where you can't see them, but I can. Hello, Ian. And yes, Carol, what can we do for you? I see my name. Derail on the floor track. That's what I figured. Yep. I can't trust this guy. Major league disaster. Oh. I knew you would do it sooner or later. Oh my goodness. Why are you such obnoxious? Oh. something stupid. I have to live up to the reputation, don't I? Okay. Sorry about that, guys. You know, you would think that if you're going to honor a band that brought more money and fame to UK and made the UK hip and cool and amazing, a band like the Beatles, you would think that any company making a Beatle train or a, like Hornby would put a little effort to have quality. But I'll tell you, the couplers on these are crap. My Class 73 is about as cheap a locomotive as you can get. My other Hornby stuff is great. When I run this as a 4-car set, it is great. But my goodness. Anytime I try to run that as the full 6-car set, something goes wrong. Hey, I see Sir Ray Bertelson is here. Well, that's the nice thing, Artie. It's northern German grass, which doesn't grow very tall. Most Germans I've ever talked to in the Delmenhorst Bremen area say they mow their lawn maybe twice this summer. By the way, if Andy81E is still here, that's his former Railpool, which he sent to me, which I am very grateful for, that Class 186. Well, it's the couplers, it's the quality of the bogies. The Beatles Yellow Submarine is a gorgeous train, but why they didn't build it like the Azuma Class 800, I don't know. That Class 800 runs beautifully. But the Beetle, it's cheap plastic bogies that can lock up. The couplers are these crazy pin and hook couplers, or whatever the technical name is. So, anyhow, sorry about that. Took me a little longer. I decided to take out the cars because it's always that set of cars. It's the extra set of cars that creates the problem. The 4-car set runs fine. The minute I add that extra car set, I was hoping if I kept it at a slower speed, it wouldn't, but it does. It derails, it uncouples, and just creates insanity. Hey, Sir John of Mystic Railroad is here. Well, yeah, I'm a huge. Yeah, American. My lawn. I mowed it 4 days ago, and it needs mowed again because we have had brilliant sunshine and plenty rain, which means grass goes. I love the look of a grass lawn. I like grass lawns. But yeah, I've had mostly fun putting in this grass. The only reason I say mostly is I pushed myself on Tuesday morning to do more. I was like, I had taken this monitor right here, this one out. I took this monitor out of the way. I was like, as long as it's out of the way, I'm going to keep pushing until I can't reach anymore, and then I'll come up. So I really am thinking sometime this weekend I will be pulling the little gray and orange buildings here out, and that little pink area. That's my access point. I'm going to take that out, and while I've got it out, I'm debating whether I'm going to paint it gray to look like concrete or what have you. And that's my access point, and then I will grass that area leading up to where I'll start the river, and then eventually the hardest part is going to be this area up here. We got 2 trains coming up the ramp, so let's check them out. Because, yeah, see, I still got to do greenery all down this area, and that's the area because I don't have an access point. Roughly where that windmill is, that's where I need to cut an access point. Hey, welcome in, SJB Media. Oh, it's over a foot tall. No, when it's a foot tall, Raymond, you get out the weed eater. You get out the weed whacker and whack it down, rake that up, and then mow. Your neighbor cuts yours? That's awfully nice. I have mowed some of my neighbors' yards before, but most neighbors around here are fairly self-sufficient. Although I'm sure my neighbor Sherry would love it if I took over mowing her lawn, but she's got a big yard. I don't want to take over mowing it. Her yard is 3 times the size of mine. I don't want to mow it. You rent so you don't have to mow. There's that too. Although when Joyce and I rented a house before we bought this house, we still had to mow. But if you live in an apartment or a condo, like I believe James from Dundas Junction lives in a condo now. I think he talks about he lives in a condo. So he doesn't have to mow. No rain forecast. Yeah, actually, my friend, whoops, wrong place to go. My late friend, Heinz Goten, head of SEI, SEI Delmenhorst and whatever the region was, which is Sister Cities International. Heinz and his wife Anka, who was the mayor of Delmenhorst back in 2002, when they visited Toledo, and after visiting all the schools in the Toledo area, decided for some reason they liked me and picked me and my program to be the school they wanted to do an exchange program with. So they're the reasons I went to Germany. Heinz is the reason, Heinz and his wife Anka are the reason I have trains. I would have never gone to Germany. I would have never fallen in love with traveling by train. Well, I would have gone to Germany eventually, but I don't think it would have been the same. I would have eventually gone to Germany because that was always in the plans. But the exchange program forced it to happen. And I got used to traveling by train in Germany. But yeah, it was Heinz and his wife, Anka, that got me in there. But he had a robot mower. He had one of these things that it had a sensor in it. And if it detected, if the sensor detected he had money to burn, so he had a real fancy one. It would detect the height of the grass. And if the grass reached a height, it came out and mowed his backyard. No sound. Everybody else saying sound is good. Weird. Nope, my mic says everything's broadcasting. That says everything's broadcasting. Let's get this view in for a bit. I gotta make sure I hit a couple of the other cameras. I noticed last week that there was like 2 cameras I never turned on. Everything is good on your end. Hey, Randall, come on. Oh, you're talking. Never mind. Okay, we'll just. Did Artie ever post that link to his live stream? I didn't see that because I was dealing with a crash. Yeah. Yeah, Pixie ate your grass and fertilized it. It was a good deal. You should see 2 freight trains. John, I shouldn't say always, but 90% of the time anymore, I have at least 1 freight train for you freight train lovers. I will not be so crass as Sparky to say I hate passenger trains. I'm just kidding, Sparky. I love passenger trains. I'm not big into freight, but I've got so much freight, and so many of you like freight that I do. Joyce could tell you I hem and haw like, oh, I don't have a freight train up this week. I got to change one of these trains out and put in a freight train, just to appease the freight train guys. V60 just stopped? Hey, V60, what the heck? Dude. Did you die? Did my V60 just die on me? That would be a tragedy. Let me go check what's up here. You know, I was getting a ozone smell a minute ago. Let me just back him up and... all right. Nope, I think he died. Huh. Did you die, little buddy? That's a tragedy. All right, well, fortunately, I have a backup. I think the 363 may have died. I'll have to check him out later. Poor little fella. Get used after all these years and died. Okay, so anyhow, let's go to bow. We're looking for the letter K. There it is. Other direction, little dude. So there, now you can, I got some steam going. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, everything's going wrong. What's with the gremlins? Oh, you son of a gun. What happened here? The gremlins have suddenly come out. Other than that yellow submarine, everything's been running smoothly, and now 363 dies, and then the second to last car on the OBB derailed. Yikes! Yeah, that was the first thing I did. I don't know if you saw me do that. I don't know if it was on camera or not, but the first thing I did was smell it to see if I had either a high ozone or smoke smell. And I'm not really smelling anything drastic. Gears aren't seized up. Heck, it could be something as simple as my one of my soldering jobs came undone. I usually don't get an ozone smell except from really old locomotives, whether they're DC or AC, 2-rail or 3-rail. That's the problem, as I talk about every now and then. We often, the train world, the part of the world I exist in, AC is 3-rail, DC is 2-rail, but many people use DC to mean analog and then DCC to mean digital. And you guys can argue out, well, technically DCC could be digital or analog, and but that's how the nomenclature is amongst the lay people. Huh. Oh, okay. Yep. All right. Well, I will work on that. I think what we had is, I guess you guys would probably be interested in this. It's quite possible what caused the problem and probably shorted it out. So I may have shorted the decoder. But I'll show this to you. This gray wire, which is a wire, I'm sorry, let's get up. This gray wire has come undone from the light bulb here and was sitting in here. So it may have touched something else metal and created a short, because yeah, it was hanging down. So I will have to redo that, and then hopefully it didn't kill the decoder. I'm just looking to see if anything else. And there's another wire. Okay, I've got 2 wires that came undone out of the blue, so my bad soldering job. Sorry, guys. But I will just resolder that one in, and see if he's okay. But I won't do that now. Sorry, guys, I don't work live on TV. Oh, sure, and then you fall out. Dude, I had to spend a lot of money to get your little... So yeah, I got 2 different wires unsoldered. Not sure how that happened. And I'm just going to keep knocking little plates off here, because why not? Because that's what my little shaky hands do. I got to remember, how did I fit you in? Like that. You guys went in there and then like that. All right, well, I will set you aside, and you are up for a resoldering. And then maybe you'll work again. We'll find out. Where'd I put that screw? There it is. All right, so you go on the operating table later today. Hey, Sir Alan Reynolds, how are you? Is there 3-rail DCC? Well, technically, yes. Yes. Let me find them real quick for you. Not up the ramp. No, wrong way, Anthony. The yellow guy coming around in the back. Right there, that guy. That is a DCC locomotive, and it is 3-rail. And it'll come around the corner here. That guy right there is a DCC locomotive, and it's 3-rail. Oh, and the this guy coming into your camera right now, the green Alex here, that guy, that is a DCC locomotive in 3-rail. Hello, Sir John BFGR. How are you? Welcome in. Yeah, Wacky Weekend is on Artie's channel. Let me post a link to the live stream, and you guys can copy it and save it. Do it again, bow, bow, bow. Oh, you guys have no idea what that means. Yes, they still call it DCC. All right, whoops. Oh my God, why are you not working? Stupid card. Wonder if this keyboard needs its battery changed. Everything's just gonna goof up today. There we go. Wacky Weekend, right there. That's the link. That's to Artie's channel. Now let's pull this back up. Yes, Tom. DCC. What's the best way to explain this in terms, although the purist will get upset with me? DCC and Märklin are just two different languages. And the ESU, ECOS, the Z21 from Roco Fleischmann, the Märklin Central Station 3, read them all. Although I think the ECOS actually reads a couple other languages that the Central Station 3 doesn't. But if you think DCC is just a language, a protocol, Märklin is another language. And again, this is not meant to be a precise. It's something to simplify it, to help everybody. They're just languages on how the decoders read the information. So my central station can run Märklin Motorola MM. It can run the new language MFX and MFX Plus, and it can read DCC. But there's something like Skelectric, Skeltronic, something like that, that the ECOS can also read. Yeah, thank you, Simon. That's so that I just, you guys say protocol, but you gotta understand, the people I explained my trains to were not computer programmers, and they were not trained people. It was my students, it was my family, so I always find an analogy they can handle. So if I say there are different languages, and just like your computer can read different languages, your programmers can do it. Now, I don't know if the American, or, the British and American, like Gauge Master, their throttles, I don't know if they, I think I've seen people with throttles, Gauge Master throttles that run MM, so I don't know what the trick is to get them to read MM, or if they just come that way automatically. But yeah, it's if your machine can read the language, it will run the devices. Because in the end, really, DCC and MM are just digital protocols versus analog, where you don't need anything. The more power you turn up, the faster the train runs. Now you don't have to change the power. You just tell the decoder to speed the motor up. And you send the signal through the track, just like you send the power through the track. Oh, cool. If it sounds arrogant, I apologize, but that was one of the skills I had as a teacher, is to take the complex and explain it. And the problem is when you have an electrical engineer or a high-end IT guy, if you don't explain IT things with the IT language, they go ballistic. They go nuts. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. But then I've had electrical engineers argue over whether Märklin is 3-rail or not. Märklin calls it 3-rail, so I call it 3-rail. And I'll get some electrical engineer going, well, technically Märklin's not 3-rail because blah, 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 blah. It's got 3 rails. They call it 3-rail. If you really want to grind it with them, write a letter to them, and their engineers will argue back and tell you why it is 3-rail and that you clearly don't know what you're talking about. But I don't want to get into those kind of debates. I have an understanding, and I can usually get people who are not of this world to understand. You ought to see me explain world wars and Greco-politics, Holy Roman politics of the 11th and 12th century. To a bunch of teenagers that are like, when can I get on my phone again? Hey, nobody's there. All right, well, let's go to, does anybody have brain? Oh, we got a few people coming. Man, what a difference. Gravel and grass and, sorry, I'm still. My primary teaching, well, half my career was English, but I have taught history, and then I taught German language as well as German. In level 4, we did German literature and history. So we started with the Germanic tribes, and if I was lucky, we got up to World War II. Hey, Sir Graham of Leamington Station. Now, see, I did not know that, Simon, that you can run 2-rail on Märklin K-Track. I did not know that. You're the opposite, Tom. One of the skills you learned as an IT consultant was to take the simple and obfuscate it. Yeah, there were people in many professions that, quote, would do that. I aggravated this one coworker once because, hey, Sir Dave, how are you? Not doing a 12-hour session this week? Yeah, the 2 rails are not connected on K-Track. See, Simon, I have seen pictures of K-Track and I've seen video of guys running their 3-rail on K-Track, but I have never touched or seen in physical person K-Track. It's been C-Track or M-Track. Hey, I didn't say hello to Sir Mike at Putnam Junction. Welcome in, welcome in. But anyhow, going back to something that happened long before, I had a couple of technical issues here. Mystic was talking about, hey, you got freight running. I've got 2 freight trains running, actually. In fact, there they both are. Good timing, guys, good timing. I've got the little tanker, the little shunter pulling the little tankers, and then I've got the long mixed freight train. I know it's not prototypical, but outside certain passenger trains, I can't be prototypical. I suppose I could be. I guess I don't worry about it. Sometimes a little. I do want to get like a nice iron ore. I'd like to get a rake of the Erz, the ore cars, the Erzwagen. You know, get like 12 or 15 of those. That would be cool. Yeah, I know. I know what M-Track is. I actually had a piece briefly, and then I gave it to a friend. It came with some stuff I got, and then I gave it away. Like, oh, you got some M-Track. Are you going to use it? No. Oh, I run an M-Track layout. Can I have it? I was like, yeah, here. Yeah, so it's the tin plate. And I know plenty of people from the channel The Third Rail, which I'm sure you guys know. You Märklin fans know The Third Rail. Very nice guy. Whose entire layout is M-Track. Metal. M for metal. Every 5 to 6 meters. Well, Simon, this entire layout, every line on this layout is run by 2 wires connected right behind me with an additional set of couplers coming up, I think, excuse me, little guy. I think they come up right here, and then another set of 2 over at my high-speed parking side. 2 wires. I've never felt like I had to run an additional wire. 6 trains running, 6 trains running, and the 1 main connection and 2 siding connections, but nothing's isolated, so it still helps. So I hear that, you know, how many connections do you have? 1? Well, 3. Yeah, K-Track needs you to build your own track bed. Right, yeah, the way I always describe it is K-Track is like your typical 2-rail track, except it's got the 3rd rail nub down the middle, but it looks like your usual. But I am glad to hear, actually it's interesting to hear that you can run it as 2-rail or 3-rail. That's kind of cool to know, but I don't know. My kids bought me Märklin C-Track, and I just loved it. I love the ease of it. I love the snap together. It holds. I don't have to solder joints. I don't have to deal with fish plates. The downside is it doesn't look quite as realistic as track where you make your own bed and get the right color gravel and can stain it and all that. But, you know, you could do that to C-Track if you wanted to paint it. And like the pictures you showed me last week where people will put just a little fine dusting of ballast on it to give it a more realistic color. But again, that wasn't important to me. The ease of its use, how easy it is to add digital functions to it, to make the turnouts all digital. When I watch the people in the United States, the UK, and they're doing insel frogs and having to mount everything below and run it to all these different things, and me, I just plug it under the track. Spade connection here, spade connection there, motor in, run the motor to the decoder, boom, it's digital. I just turn on my CS3 and say, I've added a new turnout, and it says, gotcha, buddy. Well, hello, Freitag, and yes, I agree. The 12 coal hoppers or iron ore cars, either one would be very cool. I've got a class 181. I don't have a 151. I wanted to get a 151. The one I need right now is I need a 185. I'd like a 158, 159. Although the New Suit Express, what is the New Suit Express? The 259? Which ones have they been releasing? Oh, they're expensive, but I'd love one. The New Suit Express 159s or whatever it is. Yeah, thank you. This has all been done in the last 2 weeks, Graham. I have been a busy little beaver, busy little boy. I have been... Yeah, the Euro Duel. Yes, thank you, Freitag. That one. Oh my gosh, those Suit Express ones are gorgeous. I love them, and I really wanted to buy one, and I didn't. And then any money I might have put into it went into the Nightjet guy here. And so... However, if I see one in Germany at a shop, it's probably coming home to America with me. I'll be in Germany 4 weeks from today, Joyce and I will be waking up in Koblenz. 4 weeks from yesterday, we'll be arriving in Frankfurt. And then we are going straight from the airport to Koblenz. So 4 weeks from today, we'll be awakening in Koblenz, and we'll be going to Aachen on the month. Well, I don't know. We might go to Aachen Tuesday. It depends on what day museums are open, because museums are often closed on Mondays in Germany. Montag ist Ruhetag. Monday is quiet day, meaning we're closed. A lot of museums are closed on Mondays throughout Germany. A lot of restaurants will close on Mondays too. Montag ist Ruhetag. I learned that my first trip to Germany, because I wanted to take my students over to this museum, and it was closed, and we got there, and the lady goes, well, of course, everybody knows that museums are closed on Monday. I was like, I didn't. My first trip to Germany. Mr. Dodge, you're the German teacher. How did you not know that? I missed it, guys. Sorry. Joyce and I, we go somewhere every June. You know, from 2003 to 2016, Joyce and I ran an exchange program where we took my group of students to Germany for the month of June, and then the students from the school we went to came to America the following September, October for a couple of weeks. We were not allowed to travel during the school year, so we had to travel after the school year, but that allowed us to stay longer, and it didn't cost anything. The only thing my students had to pay was their airfare. Everything else was paid for. Room and board was covered by the host family in exchange for you hosting your partner with them. And then we did fundraisers to pay for train rides, museum entrances, and so forth. And I would get grants and get companies to donate money. So, and I had mostly working class kids too. So this wasn't some prep snob school. This was just ordinary working class kids, and they would start in German 1, and the first day of German 1, I'd talk about the German trip once we had it established. And if kids wanted to go, we'd have a big meeting with the parents and say, look, it cost about $1,000 for airfare. That's a lot of money. But if you think about it, sign up for the program freshman year, first year, 9th grade, and then you can go your 11th grade year. So you got 2 years to raise that money, or even 3 years to raise that money. As long as you host a kid, you can travel. And in some cases, we'd have a kid, well, I can go, my friend can't go, but I can't host, but my friend can host. Can we work that out? Well, of course. So from 2003 to 2016, I took about 170 American students to Germany. We averaged about 12 a year. Some years I had as many as 18. Other years I had like 10 or 11. But our program died. Our program died for a lot of sad reasons. My principal did not like the foreign language department, and they started creating all these programs that were, well, the kid can take this program or foreign language. They can't do both. And they would shunt the kids into the foreign language program. Plus, they kind of changed the borders of our school. And like, I live in the high school I taught at. I lived in the district. And when I started teaching here, my kids and all their friends, 95% of the kids that lived in this neighborhood went to the high school I taught at. When they built the new one further up the road, now today I would say 85% of those kids in the neighborhood go to private schools. So we had a lot fewer kids in the program and a lot fewer kids who wanted or could afford to even do that kind of traveling. I was very bitter because I won my school. We were in the newspaper all the time. The Bowser German students, the Bowser German Club was in the newspaper all the time for a whole bunch of things we were doing. I didn't like to pimp ourselves like that, but I did because it meant when I walked into an office, I could have newspapers saying this is what we do and look at the companies that are supporting us and it's good publicity and blah, blah. Yeah, so it'll be at Hunterbein. I've got 4 weeks. I've got 4 weeks, EFO. 4 weeks. I hope it's still there in 4 weeks, but I'm going to see a lot of train shops in Germany. That sounds great, Simon. I got to talk to Jean Ricard, okay? I got to talk to Jean Ricard because, of course, Jean Ricard also, you know, he's our friend. He wants to show us around, but my personal opinion is I think it would be great, any chance to meet fellow YouTubers. Artie, if he's still here, he's been mildly flirting with the idea of now that certain things are over, and I don't want to jump ahead on his program, that if he can travel, he was thinking of meeting us in Germany and going to Miniature Wonderland with us. Now, some of the big cities in Germany, they don't. Some big cities. But in Bavaria, you know, the first thing you have to learn if you travel in Germany, I know many of you were in the military station there or you live near Germany, you know this already. But most German towns close at 5:30 in the afternoon, and they're usually closed 2 to 4 o'clock on Saturday, and they're not open at all on Sunday. The vast majority of stores. I always had to explain that to my students, that when we go to Germany, if you need something, you better get to the store, because you better not wait till Saturday evening or Sunday to decide you need something. You need feminine products. And of course, Joyce always carried. Joyce was such a beautiful mother hen to all the girls in our exchange program. They knew they could come to Joyce. And we, of course, had parents' permission of what medicines we carried, what medicines the kids could take. We had parental permission. And we always notified parents, hey, I gave your child 2 aspirin today. I gave your child this today. We always kept everything complete. But we just had beautiful parents. The stories I could tell you about the dad who was so desperate to send his daughter, to give this trip to his daughter, he worked his vacation. He gave up, he got his week's vacation pay, but he worked it on top of that so that his vacation pay sent her to Germany. One of his week's vacations, he worked it. So he got his week's pay for his vacation, and he worked it as well. He gave up a week's vacation so he could send his daughter. Stories like that just hit the heart. The parents that, because like I said, we took mostly working class kids. These were not the snob rich kids. And I'll tell you what, these kids appreciated it more than the private school kids that traveled and everybody else, because they knew how hard their parents worked to do it. They knew how hard we, Joyce and I, as well as the kids, worked to earn the privilege. And they knew they were under a lot of pressure because we had obligations there. We were representing our city of Toledo and our school to that community over there. And out of 160, 170 kids I took, there's only one kid I would not take back. Every other kid I would have taken back. There's one kid that broke my heart and got into trouble. And that's that. Hey, good night, SJ Train World. Take care. Oh, you're going to have some train, some stuff off of, and Locomotive off eBay is coming. Hey, Sir Carl from Bangatcher Junction is here. So, yeah, I'm proselytizing on my trip. Apologies, but they're beautiful memories. There were some difficulties and hardships at times. For example, once the original teacher, Uli and I started the exchange program, we started talking to each other in 2002 once my school was selected. His school already knew they were going to be the school to represent Delmenhorst. And this delegation from the city of Delmenhorst came to view all the German programs in Toledo, public and private. And they picked me. And I was probably the poorest teacher in terms of being able to afford it. But I didn't even go home and ask Joyce, do you think we can afford this? I went home and told Joyce, we're going to Germany with an exchange program. And she's like, how do you think we're going to afford this? We're just going to do this. You know how I do the taxes and we always get a big tax return? We'll just pay for the airfare that way and we'll do it. But we got to do this. We got to do this. That stuff's not important now. Going to Germany is more important. And bless her soul, Joyce went along with the insanity. And she proved to be Because it was Joyce, me, and no other adults with these 15 to 16, 18 teenagers in a country where the drinking age is 16. All right, take care, Steve. Thanks for popping in. Hey, Jean Ricard has come in. Hello, Sir Jean. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you're well. Hopefully I can fix that 363, but the little KLVM is running. So yeah, the couple of wires came unsoldered in the KLV, or in the 363 I was running earlier, Jean. So I know the main wire, the light wire, I thought maybe it would have touched something and shorted the gray wire. The gray wire came unsoldered, so I'll fix that one. But the one that clearly killed the locomotive was the black wire here. Actually, that's, yeah. That solders onto here, so why that came undone, I don't know. If maybe the motor heated up a bit too much and the solder loosened enough for the wire to pull, but I will do a better job of soldering, and hopefully it will work. I'll let you guys know next week. I should be able to work on it tonight or tomorrow sometime. Yeah, Jean Ricard, it's the one that we keep calling, Jean and I keep calling that Locomotive 52. Yeah, because it's address 52 now. It's KLVM 1859, but so's the black one. I've got two 1859s in different colors. But yeah, it's the one that we set yesterday. That's nice. My high school that I went to a Jesuit, all-boy Jesuit high school. Made it tough to meet girls. Which is why I didn't meet any girls. But like, yeah, my school, oh, they're doing like, you know, a group of the kids, oh, we're going to Switzerland for a skiing trip over Christmas break, you know. It was that type. I was one of the poor kids at this rich boy private school. And the only reason I stayed there is they were trying so hard to make me leave. Like, I didn't fit in. Yeah, I know I don't fit in, but I'm going to graduate from this damn school. Because the school was ranked #1 in our state. It was the #1 academic school in Ohio. And it had a strong reputation. And usually if you graduated and you put that on your diploma, like, what school did you go to? Toledo St. John's Jesuit. People went, oh. The problem is a lot of people assumed you were rich that you went there. Nope. Not me. I worked many long hours and paid my own way through there. My tuition in 1978 was $975. And my tuition in my last year, 1982, was about $1,800. And that was hard money to make. Fortunately, I had jobs, multiple jobs. Hey, Sir Andy Dobson, welcome in, welcome in. Good night, Mara. Thank you for coming in. As long as I didn't bore or annoy everybody. Andy Dobson, hate to all in the chat. Wow, what did we do to annoy you? H8, that's hate, Andy. Hate to all in the chat. Oh, I'm sorry, Artie. Oh. Artie, after all I'm doing, you better not turn around and say, Anthony, my computer's crashed. We got to do it on your channel. You'll do it on your phone if you have to, young man. We are on your channel tomorrow. I put too much effort into getting this back on your channel. Not like you haven't done anything. You've been the one through the hell. I'm just glad to have you back, Artie. It's going to be wonderful to be a real tag team again. And I loved your video today, Artie. That was awesome. But you better watch out for what I'm bringing to the show tomorrow. But yes, we are back to Artie's channel tomorrow. If you only know the Wacky Weekend Saturday show is my show. It's not my show. That's why I always say that at the beginning. The Artie show without Artie, the Down Under show up above, because it's Artie's show. He started it. He is the brains behind it. I just became a co-host a few years ago, and I have happily been flying the flag, keeping it going, while Artie's had to deal with. Hey, Sir Chase, welcome back. Lovely to have you too. But Artie has gone through so much, and I know many of you go through struggles. I just have been a little closer to the struggles with that Artie's gone through, been dragged into them just a little bit. But they're his struggles, and to all of you who struggle one way or the other, but the crap Artie's been through the last 4 years, I can only sympathize. You're forced to crash I don't even know what weight it was. You're forced to crash a semi-truck because an idiot runs a red light, and to save their life, you have to crash your truck. You're the one in pain, and then they sue you because they don't want to pay their side of the insurance. 4 years of bullshit, and I'm sorry if I'm putting that business out there, Artie, but what you've been through, now that it's over, I'm mad for you. Joyce is mad for you, and now that it's over, we're not so much relieved as, now we can talk about it and let fly the anger. But you've been there with us in spirit, if not in secret. Wink, wink. Notice you never see Attila Varga and Artie in the same place at the same time. That's the problem. I'm trying to wink the eye that's closest to the screen, but my brain doesn't realize the camera's reversed. There we go. Let's go to multi-view for a bit. Efo says sleep time here. All right, well, you have a good night's sleep, Efo. Thank you for your information and links. I will look into those. Thank you for the company, Mike. And thank you for the message today on the video. I wish you all the best. Hello, Sir Bob at PK&W Model Works. So from those of you that haven't seen my videos, and the last time you heard was last week or 2 weeks ago, definitely a lot more greenery on the layout. Hello, Jean Ricard. I was thinking of you the other day while I was in Sydney. Artie, keep this PG-13, please. I know you were locked up alone for a while, but that's just more information than we need shared. We do have some children who watch. We already saw what happened to your version of Wilson the volleyball. That was a creepy mask there, Artie. Your ex-girlfriend's upstairs. I don't have her right now. But Kendra the kangaroo will be here for your return tomorrow. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I will, as always, look into that. You know, my doctor put me on pills and stronger pills, and they weren't working. I stopped taking the pills, and because if a pill's not working, I'm not going to take it, because I love medicine, I love science, I support science. But at the same time, I don't like taking pills unless I absolutely necessary. Like, if you don't take this pill, you're going to die. That huge white eyesore on the harbor, are you referring to the famous Sydney Opera House? Terrible. I got to see that in person. It's beautiful. It's cool. Sydney Harbor is very cool. A little overdeveloped. And by a little, I mean way too much. But still a very beautiful area. Joyce and I and Artie had rooms right under the harbor bridge, which was really cool because we got up in the morning, went out to the terrace. I met an Australian, and I'll tell you what, man, Australians, boy, if they got nobody to talk to and you walk out there, you're their best friend. G'day, mate. Beautiful day, isn't it? Why, yes, it is. I wasn't planning on talking to a stranger, but what the hell? Let's talk. Oh, by your accent, where are you from? You from Canada or England? Like, nope, from America. Oh, cool. Whereabouts in America? Yeah, I'm from somewhere, and me and my mates are down here fishing and doing some other stuff, and but I came out here to have a smoke and look at the bridge, and like, yeah, it's an amazing bridge. Yep, and oh my God, it was just very cool. The Danish guys take her good-looking women too. Are you saying they took the only one? Well, you know, those poor Danes, there was a time where they were the Vikings and they raided and they took whatever they wanted, and then they had their little worldwide empire and they lost all that. So now they just have to sneak in and steal their Australian women. Yeah, Joyce would definitely, oh hell no. Joyce would have been like, nope, he's not taking that medicine. If he dies, but he's going out a champ. You're allowed to laugh at that. If any kid had any idea what we were referring to, it's not our fault. Mom, why are they laughing? Never mind, I'll explain it to you later. You've said that, Mom, for the last 24 years. I need to know. Some of the Danes stayed in Kent, otherwise he wouldn't be there. Very true, Chris. Mary is from Tasmanian of Scottish origin. So she's a Tasmanian devil. I wonder if the king has found that out yet. Oh, I'm sure he has. What is that, honey? You want to go down to Copenhagen and see the ocean again? Okay. And you want to buy a new dress. We can do that too. So Jean Ricard, what you're saying is that the Queen of Denmark is a Queen Mary. Is that a good thing? Yeah, I'm in good spirits today. I'm in very good spirits. I've actually had some good sleep the last couple of nights. And I've been watching, you know, my thing is I watch these, you know, when you're watching the 16 little cameras, I've got big cameras because I got it up on the TV so I get to see. And I'm just looking at, damn, that grass looks good. Whoa, I like how that looks. That looks so much better than all that foam board. And I have figured out how I'm going to put the river in. Now I just got to build it. And I am looking forward to continue the progress. And eventually I'll get back to the Dumb and Horse side and get the Fowler car or Wiesmann car or hybrid that I'm doing. I will get that working one way or the other. In 4 weeks, I am off to Germany. So the countdown, once we get into that 4 weeks from, you know, Wednesday, 4 weeks from Wednesday, we fly out. 4 weeks from yesterday, we arrive. And 4 weeks from today, we are fully in Koblenz and off to do many, many trips. We might go to Aachen that Friday. Might just get up and go to Aachen on Friday and get that trip over with. Because I'll be buying some. She's just so Danish now. No, she's still Tasmanian Scottish. And she has Danish citizenship. I don't know. I didn't smoke any, Artie. I tried to light it and it just wouldn't light. I just kept getting the sandy taste in my mouth. And then my tongue turned green. Wow, Tom, that's very nice of you to say. That's very nice of you to say, Tom Houston. I appreciate that. I never try to, quote, inspire, other than I want anybody that's into model trains to enjoy their model trains. Be happy with what you can do. Don't compare. Don't be in competition with other people. If all you can do is like I started where you could run it as a loop on a kitchen table, then do that and enjoy it. Whatever you're into, you want weathering, awesome. You don't want weathering, awesome. It's about a passion. You know, you should get into it because you have a passion. My passion came from a different angle than most, but the passion is there. And more than any other hobby I've had in my life, model trains has really allowed me to make a lot of friends, both via the internet, but then through the internet, meeting them in real life. Now, granted, 90% of maybe 95% of the YouTubers I've met have been UK YouTubers. Eventually, I've met some Americans. Rick from Rick's Trains. I've met Dave from Crooked River. And there's Popa John, who actually lives here in Toledo. And a couple other guys. I've met some Americans. I haven't met the Americans other than Rick, that I'm good friends with, where we chat. Rick lives just half an hour north of me, so if I really need to just stop being lazy and go up and visit him more often, and then invite him down here as well. My social skills, you know, again, autism, I tend to get very intimidated. Like, Joyce usually orders the pizza because I have issues getting on the phone and ordering pizza. Hey, there's Monsville back in Australia. But it's, you know, that's what always gets me is the people that just have a happy joy. You know, the people that have a Bob Ross approach to model trains. Just enjoy it, have fun. Man, that's a great view. Although I did forget to do this little... I didn't do this little strip here yet. I need to get that done. Oops. Well then, Jean, you can't call yourself Danish because, after all, you're not Neanderthal. You're getting some ballast at the show for your friend. Actually, no, that is the Danube. In this picture, that is the Danube in a town called Pirna, P-I-R-N-A, which is, about 9-10 miles east of Dresden, or Dresden as Americans say. Joyce and I have stayed in Pirna a couple of times. We love the region. If we were to ever move to Germany, I think we agreed we'd live in Pirna. Because Joyce loves the river, the hills, all the nature there. It's close to Dresden, which is one of my favorite cities in Germany. So if we somehow were to leave the United States and move to Germany, that would be spot number one. The only downside is that the neo-Nazi groups in that region are growing bigger and bigger, which sadly isn't the only country that's happening in. Yeah, Artie's video today was hilarious. It just makes me excited for tomorrow's show because I've got some stuff planned to continue the back and forth abuse. I gotta see if Joyce will join in on the insanity. Hello, Aaronville! Sir Aaron, great to have you here. Hopefully Joyce will be here in the next 10 minutes. I never know what time she's going to come in. Last week she came down at exactly 5. She was spot on. Okay. Next time around, it's happening. I got to do this. Next time around, it's not the right train, but it's time. It's time. It's time. Where are you? Come on, get over here. Hurry up. Oh, my lips are too dry to whistle. Ugh. Get over here. Get over here. We're going to slow you down. I might have to shut everybody off for a second. But let's do this. Where are you? Let's put the camera on so you can see what I'm doing. Is it that camera? Yeah. I think it's time. It's time. All right, I got to stop everybody for a second. Bear with me. Apologies. It's time. You know what? All right. Now I just got to find it and add it in. All right, are you ready? Yeah, go the other way. Ladies and gentlemen, making its initial debut on the live stream, the Nightjet Locomotive. I don't have any Nightjet cars, but we got the Nightjet Locomotive. And of course, I got it running the wrong way for all the cameras, but we'll do what we can. There goes the Nightjet Locomotive. I probably should slow it down a bit just so you can actually see it. It'll be coming into this camera shortly. There it goes. Actually, I probably should have done that one. Never run before, but look at that guy running like a champ. Oh, what a beauty. Running like a champ. Don't buy Jäger for collection, buy Roco. If only Märklin would make a Taurus, or, I mean, they have made Taurus. If they would make a Nightjet like this one. Sadly, I've got it running the wrong way for the best profile in the cameras. But running like a champ. Can't complain about that at all. And I'm going to jinx it. You had to say something. Aaron, that was the thing I discovered about trains. And why I built this layout the way I did was not only do I have a passion for these trains and seeing them and trying to recreate the trains I've seen on my travels in Central Europe, but sitting here when I'm not doing a live stream and running my trains, it's zen. You can meditate. I just sit here and watch them go around. I watch on the screen as well, and I don't fall asleep, but boy is it just it literally, the sound of all the clacking on the rail. If you turn, I usually turn one of the locomotive sounds on, or if I have a diesel and a steamer, I'll run one diesel, run steamer on sound, maybe an electric, and it's so soothing. My brain cannot go into some of the dark places it will sometimes go. And yeah, it's epic. I love it too much. And that's when I really discovered it. Yeah, that's not the set I want, and it's more expensive. That's not the set I want. The set I want sold out this week. I waited too long. Dang it. But I was hoping I could get my Jäger Nightjet and get the money back, and then I'd only would have had to pay half price for the set, but they've sold it out. The other one. I don't want the Zurich Amsterdam one. I wanted the Vienna Paris set. Wow, I lost like 7 people in the last 3 minutes. Sorry. There's something else I want to do here. Let me see if I can set it up. Well, I don't know if it's for the masses, but it's for some of us. When you were in New Zealand, your dad's internet was used up after I'd been there a week inside drop-off live stream. Say hello and then log off. Understood. My problem is I will go into a live stream, say hello, and a few people might say hello back. And then I'll get a call. One of my kids will start texting me. Joyce will need me to do something. I'll get a video chat call from Jean or somebody. It's like, okay, so much for this stream. Sunday, Sidetrack Sunday is the only stream I don't get interruptions. Because my friends in Europe are asleep, and my family knows that's the one show they don't interrupt, other than my live stream. But they'll even text me. Hey, Dad, when you get off the stream. Let me see. So, yeah, that's what I want to do. So, I got to set this all up. So, bada bing, bada boom, bada boom. I need power. Power! All right, start chirping. Go on. You're on, right? You're on now. Bingo. Now, I go to GoPro. I don't care. Why do you always go this? GoPro. Connecting. Beep, beep, beep. You are connected. 87% life. That's fine. We're going to live stream. We're going to other RTMP. Hopefully that's still the same one. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Yep. That's the one I want you to connect to. Continue. Go live. Okay. Now. Sorry, guys. I'm busy with something. Let me see. I've got to do one more thing. I got to go here. And playback. Okay. All right. We will be mostly dark for just a second. Actually, let me set it up first. Okay, he's coming around right now. Cool. Cool. We're going to do the GoPro. Why not? Why not? I got to make sure I get this. So you would be this way, right? You will be this way. So, come on, fella, get down here, get down here. Woo, look at that go. Whoops, okay. I did that backwards. I put it on the wrong lane. This is lane 3. I really do want you on lane 1. All right, we'll see if the Roco can handle it. Sorry, 218, you're not going to get the job today. We'll do the Roco. I really want you on lane 1. We'll see if this Roco can handle it. He's been running smooth today, so. If you're all wondering what I'm doing, I'm ignoring you. That's what I'm doing. Ooh, look, Anthony shunting. All right, so I got where are we at? Phone cam? No, not phone cam. Not that one. Not one. GoPro. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Here we go. We are on GoPro cam. And there's about a 3-second delay between what the GoPro cam sees and then what you see. Wow, what a difference that makes. You lost internet for a whole week. You just spent a month. Hey, Kiwi Dave is here. Sir Dave, great to have you. Thanks for your comment earlier today or yesterday for you. Oh, what a difference that makes. Holy cow, there's actually scenery there. I used to always hate running the GoPro because you never saw anything. Now there's like tufts of grass and you can see things close. We're coming into the Bremen side and there's actual ballast on the rails and some people, group of nuns right there. And yeah, wow. Yes. Oh, so much cooler. This is why, knock on wood, nothing goes wrong all of a sudden. But, oh, this is why I'm in such a good mood. Hey, Sir Andy from March West Junction. I hope you are resting comfortably. Not a rabbit, but I got all kinds of other animals. I got ibexes and deer and wild boars and cows and sheep and... Oh, that's what I was afraid of. I worried he might not have the strength to push it up. Come on. You can do it. You can do it, fella. I know that camera's heavy. Maybe I should put it at the back of the train. He might do better pulling than pushing. We'll see how he handles the next one. I hate having him go this fast, but that camera is heavy. So that's asking that Roco to do a lot. Sieht gut aus! But yeah, with all the scenery now, even if it's not completed, it's definitely creates a nicer visual. Yeah, this is my first, guys, I should have tested this. I didn't test this. I just told myself I was going to do this, and now that I've done it, I need some alone time, so you all go away for a second. This is too cool. Oh my God, this is so cool to see. Grass! It's just grass. There's so much more to add, but it's still cool. Hey, Philip Gabrielson, you never walk alone. That's right, man. Liverpool, they're up the Reds. Welcome in. I was so happy because to me, the most important title is the league championship. UEFA's nice. Carabao Cup's nice. English Cup's nice. But Premier League champs is the most important trophy of all. Keep going, keep going. Anyhow, hello from Norway even. Awesome. Well, Philippe, you are now knighted. You are a knight of the Rhomboid table. You have a little blue spanner by your name, and you can post a link to your channel if you have any videos up, or if you got friends in Norway that have cool train channels, or comedy, anything but religion or politics. Any hobby related, I share your friends' pages, share your posts, just as long as it's not religion or politics. But you can share any comedy, anything like that. Oh, this is too cool. This is the first time I've run the GoPro since I've done all this work. Whoa, whoa. Did somebody click something there? I don't know if that's Joyce or my daughter home. But this is brilliant. Oh, well, thank you for not getting offended that we stole your video. Yeah, that was our video. We tribute to those of you who do trains and sheds. I've actually already done one that kind of is tributed to people in the loft. But we did one sheds. You know, we try to get a laugh, try to get a smile. We've done 50 parody songs, of which 6 are Christmas. We actually still, I've talked about for 3 weeks now, but between Joyce being sick a couple of weeks ago and now, we have a video where we're going to talk about some comments that came up over the last few videos. We like to respond to comments, good stuff, you know. But if you've never, ever seen our parody songs, please go watch them. Some are awesome. Some, especially the ones I sing, may not be easy or gentle on your ears. But there's a lot of them that I think are very good. And in fact, I think the last 5 or 6 we've done are really some of the best we've done all along. Oh, what a view. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still geeking at my own stuff. I know, it's just scattergrass. I'm the first one to say that. It's just scattergrass. But my technique, the way I do it, is not in arrogance, but it's something I learned making wargaming gear to make uneven terrain. And it starts with, instead of putting a base, you know, having your foam board or your wood board, painting it brown, and then putting and then putting flock or scatter, you know, and that down is, I always put a base of a mix of earth turf, flock, and fine brown ballast in 2 different colors. And I mix that up until it's the color I want for whatever I'm working on. And I lay that down as a base. I smooth it out a bit, but I intentionally make sure it's uneven. And then I take the green scatter grass, the green scatter, fine turf blend, which I then mix 3 different variations of it together. I even will add a little bit of fine gray ballast to create the sense of rocks. And I just scatter it, you know, like a chef sprinkling spices into his sauce. I just scatter it around. So in some areas it piles up a little heavier on the glue. In other areas it's and it creates what I consider, for just scattergrass, a very realistic effect. A very uneven ground, a bit chopped up. And then you go back and add your static grass to fine-tune areas to make them a little neater. But when you're around the tracks, things tend to be uneven. So yeah, I mean, and again, it's only a start. I already got people going, I had 2 comments where people said, oh, I love the trees you added. I didn't add any trees. They were always there. They were always there, but for whatever reason, they stand out more with the grass than they did on the brown foam. And I was the first one to notice that. Howdy, stranger. Not now, Ms. Cockett.
Oh, so saying hi.
Right,
So.
now, before I put your camera on,
Yeah.
check out the GoPro view now that as it's coming around.
Yeah.
Wait till it gets to the other side.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that looks cool though. See your buildings and your trucks, and those all look pretty cool.
But now we
yeah,
get into the
now-
grass.
Yeah, that looks great, Dave.
And I also, just a few minutes ago, I put the Nightjet Loco on. It's time for him to run.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
This guy
looks
was
good.
running just fine. This guy was running brilliantly, but... all right, so now I gave you the mic. I'll get the camera back to the 2 of us.
Okay.
At least wide, but I may add that.
So here comes Joyce, yay. So hi everybody. We'll start there. So hi Tom. Hi Aaron Bill. That's very nice.
There. Except now I'm hidden behind the GoPro.
Yeah.
I'll have to turn my camera.
Hi there, Richard. Hi,
Oh, wrong
Colin.
way.
I don't think
Some
I've been
people
in
may
when
think
you've
that's
been in,
the right
Richard.
way.
Jean
There we go.
Ricard. Hello, sweetheart. Hi there, Andy. The good wave. SJB Media. Hello. Valley. Hi. Hi there, Artie.
Hey, hello, Sir
it's
Colin from Woodthorpe.
Nice to see you are Artie now. That's great. Hey, Kiwi. Dave. Hi, Great Northern.
Yeah, you're going to have to
Hi,
come on the
Lee.
Artie stream for a bit tomorrow, just briefly.
Hi, Raymond. Okay, I can probably do that. Oh gosh.
I didn't tell you
So
how
hey
yet.
there, Leslie. Yeah, okay. Hi there, Monsville.
Too
Thank
bad.
you,
I've got
sweetie.
witnesses. You already said you'd do it.
Hi, Andy. March West. Hi, Tom.
Andy's still
Hi,
recuperating.
Carl. He's
at
still
home.
recuperating. Yeah, of course. Hello, Withrop. He said hi to both of us.
Yeah, that's Colin.
So hi, Mick.
You know, that's Colin with
That's
2 L's.
Colin. Yeah, that's right.
With
I
2
know
L's.
that. 2 L's. Yeah, 2 L's.
That's Colin Whites with 1 L.
Yeah, right. Okay, how am I doing? Hi,
Hello,
British
British Railways enthusiasts.
Yes,
Awesome.
yes.
Welcome in, welcome in. Great to
Actually,
have you
my
all
hair
here.
going So that's right.
I'm sorry, guys. Again, I'm not saying, oh, look how wonderful a modeler I am. I am just enjoying the scenics, even if it's just level
Right.
1.
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying the scenics all of a
It
sudden
just
that
looks so
haven't
much-
been there ever
It
before.
looks so much more finished.
Yeah, and it's just the start.
Oh, I'm still hunting the impersonator. Well, we all know your name, Mr. Artie. So we know who you are.
We know who you are, and we now know where you live.
We know you and everything else. You're good. You know, we love
And
you too.
apparently I can survive the flight
I
over
love-
if I have to get you.
Yep. Well, we're going to come in 27, so. When are we retiring?
4 weeks from today, we're waking up in Koblenz.
Yeah, I know. Wow. Wowza,
And we're
wowza,
probably
wowza.
heading to Aachen.
To Aachen, okay.
Aachen.
My shirt says, you are the reason I love to teach. Just supportive for the students. It was Teacher Appreciation Week. Our PTO did a nice job.
Which means they only complain about us half as much.
Yeah.
We are not going to do a live stream. Joyce has already requested
Yeah.
I not do a live stream. I live streamed for Miniature Wonderland 2023 when I was there with Joyce and
Yeah.
Jean Ricard, and Joyce felt I ignored them both too much.
Yeah.
So we won't live stream, but I'll make a video and post it.
Yeah,
but
we'll post a video.
I do have video
Oh,
of
good.
previous
Good.
trips to Miniature Wonderland on my channel,
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
as well as other large miniature
Yeah.
train worlds. We got to go to the Porsche Traumwerk.
We did. Yeah.
We
The
went to
Märklin.
the Märklin. And all that video, you just go
Yeah,
on my main
all
page
the
and you'll
same
see
year. Wow,
you'll
it was
see
a lot.
large model train museums or whatever
Yeah.
the list is called. There's like 6 videos in it.
Yeah.
3 of Miniature Wonderland, 1 of the Märklin, 1 of the Porsche Traumwerk, and then 1 of Märklin World
Anthony
in the
sorts his
little
videos.
Black Forest town of Titisee.
Yeah.
And with a name like Titisee, it's got to be good.
So yeah, they're up there. Miniature Wonderland's very cool, so cool. And we, you know, every time we go there, because obviously coming across the pond, we can't go every year. There's always something new there for us to go see.
What's that?
So it's very awesome. Oh, for heaven's sakes.
Who's that?
Oh, it's a political thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know if it was our daughter saying
terrible.
Kyan's watching. Hey, Kyan, if you're watching, are you there?
Yeah, I don't know if Kyan's here.
But like, we were there the first year that
Yeah.
they had Vesuvius, when they
Yeah.
built Vesuvius.
Right.
So we got video the first year that we weren't. It wasn't the first day they were running Vesuvius, but it was when Vesuvius was brand new,
It was new enough, and yeah, we got to see it.
which is still epic. But they've done so many other things,
It's good, Ollie.
huh? Okay,
it is
that
so
says
cool.
okay.
What's this? Okay.
Well, we had a
Start the
brief bit where we
dropping.
dropped some frames real quick,
Oh,
but
it's
all of a
not
sudden,
receiving enough videos.
but everything else says
Oh.
it's good.
Yeah, really.
This is the important one.
Yeah.
That is usually not important.
right.
That's the important one.
Yeah, it's green.
But right now, it says everything's good. It
It
says
does
we had a
say
hiccup a
everything's
couple of
good.
seconds ago, which caused me to pop up on that.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. So.
John, we always go through the whole thing.
Yeah, we do. We just go all the way through it again and enjoy the old stuff and sure appreciate the new stuff. Wowza.
Yep. So we're gonna. Yeah, we're gonna. What the last time we were there 2 years ago,
Yeah, all the
they
t-shirts
had
to prove
Monaco built, but they didn't have the F1 car set up, and they were still
Right.
painting and putting together. Not Aquitaine, Provence,
Okay, yeah.
the French
Right.
area of Provence.
Sure, yeah. So.
No, Jean Ricard's not coming down to meet us. Once with us in Hamburg was enough. He can't. His heart can't take it anymore.
Right.
We took him up to the Railpool and he he saw more than his poor little mind could handle.
We've done the backstage tour. I was in German, but it was all right.
Yeah, we've done the behind-the-scenes tour. What do you mean
Yeah.
it was all right? You loved it.
I did. I loved it, even though it was in German.
Oh,
But
okay,
you
that was the
translated
part.
enough for me, yeah.
Yeah. Well, between me and the other people, we translated. Because it was supposed to be the English tour. And the person said, oh, well, I was filling in and I don't speak English great. It's all right, I'll translate.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
This trip,
That was the
no.
same
The
English tour.
only true model train place, well, not model train, the only place like that we're going is Miniature Wonderland. Now, if we
Yeah.
find out there's something in Lubeck or Kiel or something near
sure.
Koblenz, we'll
go
pop over and see
We'll go
it.
check it out.
But
yeah.
we are going to some major
They
major
are on
model
our,
train shops.
They are on our radars. Now.
4 weeks from today, I'm in Hoenerbijns, baby. 4 weeks from today, I'm in Hoenerbijns. That's the big model train shop in Aachen.
Gotcha, all right.
We are in Aachen 4 weeks from today, baby. They have a smile on his face. He's Danish. It's hard to tell. Danes don't usually get a smile on their face unless they get to invade an Irish monastery. That's the only time you really see Danes light up.
Yeah, I don't know, Jean. It's kind of going to see just where we're going.
Yeah.
If they're
Jean
on the way,
Ricard
we
is
will.
meeting us in Aarhus.
Yeah.
Aarhus is a very, very, very fine town.
Yeah.
It's where we're going to get down.
Oh, you got a long train.
We're going up to Aarhus. He's picking us up and taking us to this tiny little blip on the radar place called Abeltoft.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that too, Jean. Very much so.
I don't know. What does Abeltoft sound like? Like, does it sound like a type of ice cream dish, or
Yeah, I would
or
say
is it a salute? Abeltoft! Abeltoft!
right. Yeah.
Abeltoft, everyone! Abeltoft! Yeah, Abeltoft to you too!
Yeah, no, we're looking forward to it, Jean.
Yeah, that's where it all
Yeah,
starts.
Chile
I've been doing those my whole life.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
looking
never had a
forward
voice.
To looking forward to the Monaco. We've been watching them on YouTube.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to
fuss and
Monaco.
fuss and fuss and fuss and fuss with those cars.
There's
It took
Randall.
them years to really get it right.
Yes, I know it means
Hi, Randall.
Apple Hill, but I still like Abeltoft as a joke.
Yes, I know. Yeah,
Speaking of joke, we just went past the joke scene.
yeah. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, Artie, we survived you. We could handle that.
Sure we can.
But speaking of
Applegarten. Okay.
our last trip, I'm putting you on the spot. Our last trip to Miniature Wonderland. What thing did we see that stuck out the most to you? Because I immediately have one.
Antarctic.
The ocean bit.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That little bit between that they built between South
amazing.
America and Antarctica.
You know, there was a group over there, and I knew there was something
They
interesting.
had, that was the first
But
year
when they
that was
moved
running.
out, that blew my mind.
Where they've got the ships and the and you know they've done videos that show how they made it,
calm, and then
slowly the storms
the
build.
storms build, and the waves get big, and
Yeah.
oh, it is super.
Because we've been watching them build the F1.
Yeah, we
for a
have
long
been.
time.
See, I don't remember building the Antarctic
Because again,
exhibit.
we've been there many times, so most of you are probably sick of this picture, but I'm going to share it now. I should just leave it on here.
It could be. Oh, no, that was really, really cool. Yeah, the Grand Prix. I just can't wait to see it. Because, as I say, we watched them work on it forever.
It's nothing there. It's nothing there.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, the airport is so cool. And I agree,
The
the boats
airport
are
is
really
very
neat.
cool. It still draws
I like
huge
the airport
crowds.
more than the boats, but the boats are very cool. Just these.
Ah, gross! Oh, triple gross.
Triple gross? What's triple gross?
All that stuff coming out of your nose into your armpit.
I ain't chaining out.
All right, I gotta find it. It was 2017.
Oh, sure will. Yeah. I know, Artie. We know how stressed you were. And I'm hoping you really feel the relief.
I'll get there. I'll get there. Come on, it's in here somewhere.
Yeah, it really is. Oh, sure. Where it spits out a little piece of chocolate for you.
Where is it? It should be in here. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, Lindt chocolate.
Yeah, I weighed a lot more at this time. This is 2017, and I met Garrett Brown, one of the
They
two
sure did.
brothers who are the masterminds
Yep.
behind. There's 4 guys who own it. It's the 2 brothers, their dad, and a friend. But
Obviously,
these
I
guys
took the picture.
are the main guys, and he does all the programming, and he's the one that programmed the F1 cars with his team.
Golly, you do look different there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Very.
I weighed easily 275 back then.
Yeah.
That was the second time I really had ballooned up in weight.
Right. Oh, looks like your brother.
Yeah,
huh?
I had put on a lot of weight.
Yeah, he had.
But yeah, I met Garrett Brown,
He was
and we
just
talked for what,
thrilled.
15 minutes?
Oh, close. Yeah.
Easily, yeah.
Yeah, it was thrilling. I'm obviously the one who took the picture, so.
Because the previous picture is where we see him walking towards us,
Right.
and I start going like a schoolgirl seeing the Beatles.
Right.
Oh my God, it's him! Joyce, look, it's him! And he just smiles.
Yeah, he does.
He enjoyed that reaction.
Yeah, he did, and that was
Which is probably why he stopped and chatted with us. But these guys, because they can be whip crackers too, but they are just genuinely so nice
Yeah.
and friendly.
Right, they are.
And
They're
generous.
good guys.
And he just, I was
Right.
just happy to meet him and say hello,
Hey there,
and he
people.
talked to us,
Uh huh.
asked us just dozens of questions.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, meeting Garrett Brown is probably the most famous person I've ever met. I had a chance to meet the King of Spain, but I didn't go.
Right.
Now, of course, Simon
Yeah, we couldn't afford it
Jensen
at the time, I don't think.
in Copenhagen. He was here earlier. He's gone to bed. He sent a picture to me the other day. He went into his local train shop, and Rod Stewart was there.
Yeah. That's
I
pretty
got a
crazy.
picture Simon sent me of him and
Yeah.
Rod Stewart together.
That's
because
crazy.
Rod was on tour and he was in Copenhagen for a few days and stopped off at the model train shop to get some stuff because Rod is famous for he works
So,
on his model trains
yeah.
while he's on tour. He brings kits and models and he goes shopping for trains.
Oh, did you want a Jets pizza tonight?
We can do Jets Pizza tonight.
If it sounds good, we could order it now.
Yeah, you can order it now. If you want. You can order a Jets Pizza now. It sounds good to me. Oh my God, again, it's this double-edged sword. I know it's just scattergrass.
Yeah.
I know it's just scattergrass. And it doesn't look anything like the great things, but I'm not competing with that. I'm merely competing with how it looked beforehand. And wow, I am just...
Are we doing a half again?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Sign in. Yeah.
This is just... Hey! Sir Eric from ANC, how you feeling, my friend? How are you feeling? Joyce and I have been saying we have not gone down to Columbus in a while, so we need to come down and spend a weekend in Columbus and catch up with you as well as go see our son. So I'd like to do that before we go to Germany if possible.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
It's... Oh, okay. Oh, you've got
I
it
went
set
for
up that way.
Baxter and Buckeye.
Oh, okay.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Now
So-
what?
It's saying incorrect email.
Yeah, I didn't like either one of them.
Do you usually just go with Google?
No. Come on, we've signed in on this computer. You should remember it. Or did we? Was it the other one?
Oh, it was the other one. This one doesn't have you remembered.
Oh, poopy man.
But then it's... But why doesn't it say...
Huh.
But that's weird. It should still recognize
It
the
should.
email.
It should.
Did they delete you?
I don't know.
Or do you?
Think like Google be good or not? Sign into DoorDash? Oh, DoorDash.
Oh, wait. Oh, you know what, Joyce? You went to DoorDash. You didn't go to their site. You went to DoorDash's.
Oh, gotcha. That's what the problem is.
Yeah, see, you went to DoorDash.
That's why it didn't work. Okay, sorry, guys. Not Monroe.
Yeah, that was... What?
Not Monroe. Straight.
Well, just go up to the screen and click on website. Or did you find yours? Sorry about this, guys. We're dealing with dinner, so
Yeah.
you go about your business.
Okay. Nightjets. That's right.
Absolutely, Aaron. You're going to go and get an ESU programmer after the show. Cool. I've got the Märklin one down here somewhere. I just bought that because I do Märklin decoders. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have an emotional moment.
Why is that?
After the
Just thinking
stream's
of
over,
leaving?
because I'm just giggling. I am giggling inside in here. I'm giggling in here at watching the GoPro.
Okay.
How many times the GoPro would go
I'm
around and
glad.
say, well, at least when it goes through Delmenhorst, there's something to see. And now, look at this Nightjet flying along, man. This Nightjet. And the Nightjet's going to come into view in a couple of seconds here. There goes the Nightjet. Oh, you're going to that one store? Cool, where I bought you that locomotive? Which was the least I could do, Artie. I would have happily done more for you. You were so nice to us. Joyce and I are always appreciative of all the things you did for us while we were down there.
Oh, we
and,
sure did. I sure hope you feel like we did.
I know it was a stress on you.
Yeah. Yeah. We tried to be as unstressful as possible, but you know how it goes.
You know, it can't be easy to have to change where you're sleeping and the extra groceries and all that.
Yeah.
All right, well, Bob, thank you for coming in. We're here every Friday.
Yeah.
Same bat time, same bat
Sure.
channel.
Ooh,
But
that's
now
nice of
Artie is back.
you. Right.
And I'm looking forward to that. Artie is
Yes, we
back,
are.
and it's going to be cool. I don't know how long it's been since we tag teamed.
Anthony's
I
happy
have missed
to be
it.
the sidekick. I may have to run up and get my password. Right now, it almost seems to know us, though.
No!
No?
No!
Oh, I'm not on the
Jean
chart.
Ricard is demanding I change camera so that you're on the left and I'm on the right. No! Logistically, it works better this way. Apparently, he has a need to look to the left and he wants to see you there. Oh, wait, did I put it away? I'm trying to think, because normally I have it down here. Nope, it's not down there. I must have moved it and put it away when I was prepping to do this area. It was your OCD. Blame it on
All
my...
right. 621. Wonderful.
Cool. That'll work.
Just, I don't want it.
This thing's
Okay.
lost most of its sticky. Oh, now we had a blip. Now we're back.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Yeah, just random. Well, with some of the weird weather we've had, I'm not surprised we're having a blip.
No, that's not right. Do you have yours by any chance?
No,
Okay. That's all right. I gotta go back.
you don't have it stored, say?
It's not my computer.
Yeah, Randall, it was awesome having you there. It was awesome having you come up on channel and, God darn it. Oh, because I'm dropping the wrong side, that's why. Stupid mirrored camera. Now, this is my German commandant mustache. This is the old German Kaiser Wilhelm mustache. Or the German psychiatrist, the psychiatrist. Guten Abend. Stay. Stay, Gottverdammten Mustache. Guten Abend. I am Artie's registered psychologist, Dr. Zygmunt Liepenschitz. Hey, Kayen's here. Hallo, Kayen. Wie geht's, meine kleine Jungen? Mein Enkelein. Wie geht's? How are you?
He's an ankle, isn't
I am
His ankle.
I am the assigned psychiatrist for Artie. It is my job to make sure that he is stable and comfortable, that he is comfy while he is live streaming.
Numlocks are there.
Artie has many severe problems. He has acute or maybe not so cute. Our grandson is here.
Okay,
Shall we say hello?
you should.
Dollar store Poirot. Poirot, no, it's Lip and Shit. Come on, guys. This is the old one. I gotta get a new one. And trust me, I have plenty. I got a whole bag of these mustaches.
Mustaches, yeah.
I've had these for years. My students would love when I do stuff like that.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so anyhow, we got to do this. All right,
Plug
ladies and
your
gentlemen,
ears.
if you're new to the channel, plug your ears. This
All
is
right,
grandson greeting time. Are you ready, dear?
Yep.
Oh, wait. Nope, not yet. Kayen! Hey, Kayen! Opa loves you! Hey, Kayen! Hi, Kayen! Up, Opa! Opa! Kayen!
No? Where the heck are you? There you are.
I gotta go back to. Hi.
Rolling breads when you asked. Okay.
Say what?
You doing the bread this weekend? It's ham and noodles.
Now, what time is it tomorrow, Lynn? 12? We should be there at 12 or 12:30, or
why
is it
don't
just
you
we can come anytime?
Text us when you're there, please.
Lippenschitz. Lippen.
Yeah.
It used to be
Lip and
fun,
Shits has
Lippenschitz,
been around
but
for
we
a
got
long
demoted.
time. I'm so sorry, Monsville. That's tough.
Oh, that's like one of
Yeah.
the worst things they can say.
Oh, well, it's a time, but
Of course, Herb said he doubted he'd see spring, and
yeah, he's still there.
he's still
That's
picking.
good.
Not
good.
great, but he's still picking.
What is Artie's live stream called and when?
If I go this way, I can be.
Artie's live stream.
It is called Wacky Weekend. This is the. This is.
Yeah, wakey when it's
It's
8
Wacky Weekend. It's the same thing.
Eastern.
Yeah, I mean, if you know my, what many people thought was my Saturday live stream was Artie's show. It was just on my channel
Yeah,
while
he was
Artie
just kind of
was
holding the place.
dealing with this coke problem.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Monsville.
Oh yeah.
It's so hard to lose a parent.
You've lost both.
Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern. Where is that? Yeah, we have.
8 Eastern U.S. time. 1
No, Eastern
p.m.
Standard Time is a time.
Sunday, New Zealand time.
Yeah.
Like 11 or 10
Yeah,
a.m.
Andy, 1
Australia
a.m.
time. 1
1 a.m.
UK time. 2 a.m. Western European time.
Right, it's late.
Ja, das ist toll. Das ist sehr spät.
That's it. Works
I-
for us because we are so behind Europe and way behind Australia enough that we're a day behind and it works. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you have to go to New Zealand. 'Cause that's where he is, right? So now it's at 6:30. This should be all right.
You lost 9 minutes in that.
Yeah, time it took me. I brought home 2 of my female guppies.
You brought home two of your female guppies.
Yeah, so I had to
Great.
fish them out.
All right, let's see if this one works.
I got
a
both
little
of them at the same time, though. It was good. Out of the bag. Yeah,
Oh.
understood. You can watch it on replay, of course.
12 to 130 would suggest 12:30 or so. Okay. Oh, much better. That's much better.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I could be, if I put it out just a little bit this way, I could be Hercule Perrault, the famous French Belgian, which makes me a Walloon. Walloon! But, no.
Oh, has it been,
I
Randall?
speak in your
Oh.
general direction.
Yeah, usually I'm sleeping at 1 a.m. too, or at least I want to
No,
be.
this is my German psychiatrist. I am
Right.
Artie's psychiatrist. Artie is a dangerous, dangerous individual, and they have released him against my wishes.
Oh, no bread. Killed your starter and reviving it back up.
Oh no.
Okay. So 12 to 1:30, she would suggest 12:30.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, gotcha. I didn't, so.
Well, it starts 1 a.m. UK time, Aaronville, yeah.
Yeah.
1 a.m. UK time. It's 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern time.
Shorten
It's
it
8
really
p.m. U.S.
does.
Eastern time. Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries. Now go away before I taunt you a second time.
Oh, golly.
Oh yeah, I wear it with the pickle
Yeah,
halberd
he
on
does
then.
wear it with the pickle halberd.
That's General. I forget. Colonel, whatever his name is. I forgot the name I give the guy. I make too many crazy
do.
people up.
You have to go back and watch
There's
one
my
of your
pickle
videos
halberd.
and
Oh,
find
it's
out.
right back there. You want to hand me
I
my pickle
shall
halberd?
fetch your pickle halberd for you.
Don't grab it by the pickle.
Sorry. That's a fragile pickle, I see.
It was terrible in the trenches. Terrible.
Hey, Eric. Okay, Leslie, you take care.
Good Abend, Leslie.
Glad you made it in, as always.
English a pig dog.
Yeah. Yeah, he is a strange person, but
How come I never saw you in the trenches, sweetheart?
bills are too big.
I know why we didn't see you in the trenches.
Ah,
Nobody would leave them.
that's true.
Yeah, I've actually got two of them. Yeah, I have all kinds of crazy characters that I would do
Nice.
for my students in class.
Yep.
Or I've done them on
Just
Artie's
up
live
to
stream
parade
too.
through Paris, yeah. Hey, y'all, if you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit the like button.
It wasn't quite Daisy. You got
It
there
wasn't
towards
quite
the
Daisy.
end.
I thought it
Wasn't quite.
was.
No, it wasn't quite as
Wasn't
sultry.
Daisy enough? Hi, Jeff.
It wasn't Daisy enough.
Oh,
Well, hello,
sorry.
Jeff. How are you?
I'm rusty. What can I say?
Once again, you keep missing your chance to make the joke.
Hi. Are you happy to see me, or is this just a pickle halberd on your head?
You reversed it.
Oh, is that a pickle halberd on your head, or are you just happy to see me?
There you go.
Damn, I always miss my cues. Yeah, I'm hard to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess who's not the comedian in the family?
Hey, I have my moments.
You have a sense of humor. You have
I
a
sure
wonderful
do.
sense of humor.
I do.
But you're not a comedian.
Yeah, probably not.
Your funniest lines
I
were
don't know. I could be very funny.
Your
though.
funniest lines were written by me.
I'm offended.
Prove me wrong. When did you ever sit down and write a joke?
You don't write jokes. They just pop out.
I don't consider those jokes.
Oh, fine. All right,
No,
Eric,
you are
take
quick.
care.
You are quick-witted, yes.
I would hope so.
All right, take
Sorry to
care,
hurt my
Eric. I know
feelings
Friday's
here.
a long, hard day
It
for
sure
you.
is, yeah. Well, it's always nice to see you, though, Eric.
But yes, it is always good to see
Nice
you.
to know you're still here.
What's that?
Nice to know you're still here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we worry about you.
Well, yes, Joyce Joyce does sing,
Oh,
although she would
Thank you, Aaronville. I don't think my voice
Aaronville
is
was in
anything,
the
but,
video, the last video.
Okay, the
He
shed
was one of the sheds.
Yeah, cool. I like that one.
but-
I didn't like my singing.
You know,
I
you'll
like that
remember
one.
him. You'll remember him. He built the one that opens up. You know, where he's built it as a big opens up top. I've shown that to you.
I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
It's not ringing a bell at this moment. His jokes just pop out.
You are really lagged here.
Oh, am I? Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're fixed.
Oh, usually that gives you a commercial.
Not always. Sometimes.
Do you think I said
I didn't
my
put it.
jokes pop
It
out?
will do it during a video, but not usually during a live stream. What's everyone doing this weekend? What are we doing this weekend? Tomorrow, our grandson is doing a
busy.
international festival
I'm going out
presentation.
with my sisters to celebrate my birthday.
Oh, that's right. You're getting up early.
3
to go-
weeks early.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to see if the glass place is open to adjust these stupid glasses.
Right, and then we're going to see our grandson.
Yeah, and then Cayenne is doing an international festival. So they went with German, as they should.
You had to pick a country.
I mean, it could be, it's Italy. Because Chris's family is very Italian. His
Yeah,
mother
he could
is.
have done Italy too. He's half Italian,
Yeah.
half German.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which means when he gets into a
With
fight,
a
half of them wants to win and the other half wants to
With a
surrender.
smattering of English in him. Little Irish, little Scottish.
I'm marshalling at the British Model Rail. Oh, Bristol Model Rail
Ah,
Show.
cool
Oh.
for you.
All these cool model railway shows, we just don't have them.
You can't afford them.
I can't afford to go to that one. You wish you had
You
that
wish you had that
Picahova?
Picahova?
I think I paid $20 off of eBay for
I
it.
was going to say, I bet you could find one yourself. Ah, heck, go to Berlin.
Go to Berlin and get a real one.
Yeah, well, they have little stands where people sell stuff like that.
Those
know.
have kind of disappeared.
That's
Like
probably
all the
good.
people that sold all the Russian
Yeah.
Cold War stuff, they've all disappeared. They've been
That's
chased
good.
off by the Polish and Russian mafia.
Oh, that's probably not good.
No, it isn't. Although apparently the police finally cracked down at the ones at Checkpoint Charlie.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah. We
They
haven't
were-
been to Berlin in 10
They were
years.
completely dominated.
So they were
Yeah.
scumbags. You hear that, Polish and Russian mafia people, especially those in Berlin at all the
Major
tourist areas?
sites.
good. Yeah, they several people were doing videos there, and I'm like, where are all the guys in uniforms? And they
Oh.
weren't there, and I finally
009 track,
yeah.
which is
009 is 00 scale, but 00 scale trains, but N scale track.
oh.
It's
So
called
narrow?
narrow gauge.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah, there
okay.
you go. See if I just said narrow gauge, you would have
I
gotten
would have
it.
gotten it. Yeah, I know what
Narrow gauge for
is.
00.
Okay, that's cool. You had to move a rhubarb.
Oh.
Okay. I had a neighbor when I was young who grew rhubarb, and I would eat it straight off the stalk. Nowadays, I can't imagine doing that because it's so sour. He's only a quarter Italian and close to half German. Okay, I see. So one Italian grandparent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dad wasn't Italian.
Yeah, I know, but Mom I thought was.
Right. Yeah, that would make Cayenne
Yeah,
quarter.
a quarter. Okay, I'm being slow, sorry.
It's been a long week.
Yeah, it's a very long week. It's May. I always tell people, don't ask a teacher how they're doing in May.
with
It's kind of like
sleepers further
December.
apart. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right, thank you, Valley.
But the key one is it's engaged. But yeah, to be honest,
Right now, that boy looks very
knew,
German.
I knew that, but I don't think about it. I just think it's 00. It's 00
Yeah, okay.
narrow gauge.
Yeah.
Just like the same thing with HO. You can have HOM and HOE.
Gotcha.
One is narrow gauge, and the other one is ultra narrow gauge.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Oh, you were getting the spammers. Yeah, that happens every now and then. I'm jinxing myself, so maybe I shouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. We
you
used
have
to get the
people that help
Russian
kick 'em
bots
out for
all
ya?
the time. We
Yeah,
would
they
get the
would
Russian
hop
bots
in.
all. Yeah, there was a time there, but finally we got it cleaned up.
They should be all right with the 6:30 pizza, right?
We should be fine.
I mean, as far as being upstairs. I opened the
Yeah,
door.
we're done at 6.
Yeah, I know. But, you know, sometimes they come early.
Oh, well, there's that.
Yeah.
There is that. They do come early. Would they come 20 minutes early?
Probably not. I mean, it was almost an
30
hour.
minutes
It was
early?
almost an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll call.
No, other than a couple of little mishaps, the trains up here run smoothly. Other
Good.
than my little shunter died.
Aw.
The little white one back here
Yeah.
behind me.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, well, I opened it up and 2 wires are
Oh.
disconnected. So I'm
Whoops.
hoping I just need to resolder them. I
Hopefully
mean, they
that's
are
all it
wires
is.
they are
Yeah.
wires I soldered, but why they just suddenly,
Right.
I don't know if the heat of it running caused the solder to soften and it just pulled out, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's never good when somebody just pulls out. Unless you're trying, never mind.
Yeah, stop.
I'll stop now. Anyhow, by the way, guys, I said hello, but I didn't introduce. This is Jeff's Trains World HON&O gauge. He's got a great
A
channel.
little bit of everything.
He's newer to YouTube, from what I understand.
Yeah.
He's got 3 different layouts, obviously,
Yeah.
or not 3 different layouts. He runs 3 different things because he does forced perspective stuff. But he's building his own layout. He is a former National Parks firefighter, so we have definite respect for
Oh,
him.
Mad respect, yeah.
Mad respect.
Yep. Well, Raymond, you know, it's never that far away.
Raymond, you have been here a long
yeah, you know
time.
how it rolls.
If anything, you should be shocked it took us this long to go
to
there.
get to one, yeah. Oh, to soften the solder. Yeah, I would hope not too. Did it feel warm when you got it?
Yeah, Jean Ricard, whatever.
Extra hour of internet.
Well, that's
connection
what I'm
kinda
worried
slow.
about, Tom. That's what I'm worried about.
What's that? Oh, that it warmed up?
That
Yeah.
that it got warm enough that the solder
Right.
softened.
Yeah, could
But
be.
clearly the solder broke
Yeah,
in 2
we
places.
know, Mons. We watched your videos.
What's that?
Mon said they have 6 layouts.
Yeah, they
I
have
said
6
I
layouts.
know because we watched
We watch them and we love them all, including the new
Monsville's
shelf layout.
videos. Yeah.
Technically, kind of 7 because you had one going to New Zealand there. Wouldn't that be 7 or even 8 because of the ones that you set up in New Zealand?
Artie. You've had the same layout for over 25 years. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, Randall.
Well, I've had the same layout for 37 going on 38 years. Or
Yeah.
is that lay in? Or is that lay on? Or I'm sorry.
Don't use aluminum, solder, also aluminium. Sorry, the British.
Well, he's
Solder
not British,
to
though.
it's too brittle.
Aluminum.
Yeah,
Aluminum.
aluminum.
Yeah, I don't think mine is aluminum based, but it's not lead based either.
Okay.
Well, I've got 2 different ones I use.
shell check. Yeah. Hey,
It
GoPro's
works well
going
enough.
pretty strong, isn't it?
And it still looks like an atomic bomb was dropped on it.
Oh. Well, space. Always an issue. Kids are going to. They had a science fair today. Boy, kids had really good original topics.
Oh,
I
what?
mean, the kids had great topics. Very original. You didn't have any old retread ones. Like one of them, which shopping carts have the most germs on them?
Oh.
Kroger was leading and then Walmart took over after it grew for a while longer.
Oh, your spammers were the religious ones.
Oh, poor Gemma.
I don't know which is worse, the
Poor
porn or
Gemma
the religion.
was comparing types of bread and which molds the first. And so I was talking to her about it. I said, might be some of the preservatives in that bread might be making the difference because the white barely molded at all. And she says, I can't say that.
Cheyenne is running track. Good for her.
Oh,
She's
good
got
for
the
her.
energy to do it. Good.
Yeah.
Go Cheyenne.
Go Cheyenne. So, anyway, I said, well, why don't you just say it's got more natural stuff in it? You can say that. She's got quite a speech impediment.
Chris from the Valleys, he's continuing
She's
on
sweet.
with the innuendos here a bit.
Okay.
When you're pulling into the platform, make sure you don't end up in the goods yard. Is that code? And maybe I have a
Cheyenne.
freight train aimed for the goods
Now,
yard.
Randall, is she a distance runner or a sprinter?
Yes.
I picture her as a sprinter, to be honest. Not that I've seen Cheyenne in the last couple of years.
I don't know. Yeah, I could see her as a sprinter. I could see her as a hurdler.
Well, yeah, but the hurdlers are sprinters. They're not the distance runners.
I tried to join the track team, but I misread it. I thought they wanted hurlers and not hurdlers.
Yeah, Artie can handle door-to-door religious people. No problem. Oh, it's 5:58.
Oh no, the things we used to do to the door-to-door people in my neighborhood,
They stopped coming, that's for sure.
they stopped coming.
It is 5:58.
It is 5:58. Well, time just went backwards because you turned around and said it was 5:59 first.
No, I did.
Yes, you did. I'll play this back and show you. By gum, that's what you said.
Gotcha, Randall. That's okay.
Hey, Cheyenne, what are you running? For my life!
I didn't fit in either category, unfortunately. I threw crap. I threw the shot put and the discus.
I'm on the track team. What are you
Gotcha.
running? The water
And
bottles.
of course, you do have those middle distance.
Yeah, you were.
400-meter dash, as they
That was the
sometimes call it,
greatest sadness,
is a long
though.
distance sprint.
She almost won the gold medal in the local. It went foul.
Yeah.
She beat the All-American who wound up going to the Olympic
It was a beautiful
team.
throw, and it was just, and just that far.
Yeah,
it was
that far.
out of bounds.
She was beating the city
Oh.
champion, the city record holder, and it went foul.
That was my first clue.
Her
I
record was 127, and you threw 135. And then she
Something like
did
that.
come back and she threw a fair 135.
Yep.
But you had her on the ropes.
Dang it.
I know.
Yeah, she is cheerleading too. That's good. Yeah, it was kind of funny. I ended up by my
Oh,
maybe
that can't be
sophomore,
good running track. I'm sorry.
at least
finish.
my junior year. I had to teach all the newbies how to throw the discus because the coaches didn't know how to do it. And I had one of the freshmen when I was a senior go. She says, Joyce, it's kind of funny when you're showing us how to do this. You use a cooking show voice. Like, I wasn't using a cooking show voice. I was using a teaching voice.
Which is weird because you weren't even thinking.
I
of being
wasn't
a
even
teacher at
thinking
the
of being
time.
a teacher at the time. But
Nope.
I clearly had it in me. And I do believe that.
You had an instructional voice.
Yeah.
It's those years of Catholic repression. Oh, it's over there. Did I? Oh, that's right. I did slow it down. I needed to come back around before I can shut that down.
Lights.
You want to shut the guys off down below? I'll get it.
Okay.
I can get it.
I
Ka-ching,
turned
ka-ching.
off the lights on
Ka-ching.
whoever you had. Oh, I'm up to 146. Wow.
Well, if you actually posted stuff, you'd have
I
more.
know.
Yeah, get some
She'll
more
be
work up there.
14. Yeah. I remember.
Well,
when
the
she was
problem
a
is if
teenager.
you're running track and a cheerleader, that's a problem
Yeah.
because you run so far and then you go, yay me! And then you run a bit more and then you stop and go, yay me!
Your GoPro's still going.
Yeah, I know. I got to bring it around so I can shut it off.
Oh, fair enough.
Beep, beep, beep. There, I just disconnected it.
Right.
Beep, 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 beep. But it freezes. It doesn't completely. See,
Right.
now it's all psychedelic.
Really.
All right. Well, on that note, we should probably. Oh my
Yeah,
God! I am
isn't
saying
that
so
true,
much
Artie?
anymore. I noticed I'm saying it in videos on the.
Hey,
time.
Monsville, you too.
Take care, Monsville.
Oh, she got bullied for doing it? That sucks.
Oh, that's horrible.
You do videos with your
Getting
uncle?
bullied for anything is terrible.
It sure is. Okay, here she is.
She?
I called her
She?
she. I did.
You called my GoPro a
I
she?
did.
How do you know? Did you check?
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow night. Already,
Well,
or tomorrow morning for you.
If I hold it this way, I do see 2 boobs in the picture, so maybe it is a she. But don't bunch. Figure it out, kids. Figure it out. Figure it out.
I was talking about the train. The Loco is a she.
Time lapse? I didn't tell you to go time lapse. I told you to stop. Anyhow, we need to sign off here.
Yeah, we do. 6:02.
Ooh, speaking of hot, that thing's hot. Those are always hot. Anyhow, thank you all for joining us once again on Friday. A very special Friday, the first Friday where we got to show all the new grass in.
Yeah.
Quite a change from last week's
Anthony's
show, really.
grass. Woohoo.
Yeah, Anthony's layout's on grass. Anthony's show was on grass today. And the Nightjet made its maiden voyage on a live stream.
Cool.
An abbreviated one. I didn't want to
Yeah.
run it 3 hours yet until I get the cars to go with it.
Right.
So, anyhow, thank you very much for joining us. We are always amazed. We say it every week, so it gets repetitive, but we're always amazed so many people will come here to start their weekend off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yep.
So, anyhow, until next week, my friends, since I will not be doing a show tomorrow, Artie's show is back on Artie's channel. I might be able to post the link one more time. This is the link to the Wacky Weekend show on Artie's channel. Go join Aus America. Aus America. There's a link in the little video I put up.
Right.
I'll try to put a link in other videos. I put a message up as well, a post up.
Right.
It's Artie's channel. Wacky
Yep.
Weekend is on Artie's channel. If you come looking
It's
for me
his
on
show.
this channel, it's his show.
Anthony was just being a good friend.
I've been babysitting,
Yes.
but the baby was not on camera.
Yeah,
All right.
he wasn't.
So, all right.
All right.
So anyhow, until next time, my friends, Auf Wiedersehen
Choose.
and happy trains.
Bye.
Take care, everybody.